but also I hit record. So I want to do that. I'm gonna do this to you every time. I'm gonna do this.
No, we've spoiled
cocksucker.
No. I'll just cut it out to the point where I said, oh, by the way, I'm recording, and people will just hear this. It'd be great.
I don't even have.
Oh
God. Okay.
I'm a terrible host. Anyway, welcome to another episode of Attention Not Included, where three clueless idiots watch a movie or show and then get together and talk about it. I'm Klaus McHamster, and I am joined by my two co-hosts, BreeCeesAll.
Hi. Sorry, I'm like, keep going. I'm fine.
And Mixeyyy.
I don't want to be here, dude.
I love it.
I hate the podcast voice you decided to turn on.
What do you mean? Fuck you. I'm getting in the mood, all right? Welcome to the podcast. Today we're gonna.
No, stop. You sound like you're like trying to say like that's like a sponsored smile that you just decided to put on.
I did have a smile. How'd you know?
Because I can hear it through your shit-eating grin.
What? Well, how are you guys doing? Enough about berating me. How has your guys' week's been, man?
I'll go again. I'll start. Why not? Week was. Has it been 2 weeks? It's been 2 weeks since the last podcast. Yes,
a lot has happened in 2 weeks.
Has it?
I mean, worldwide, but you know, like
yeah, in Mixeyy's world, not really. I kind of just like been vibing this whole 2 weeks. I've been playing more Kingdom Hearts because I've been streaming that.
Yeah.
And I just had like a random urge to start playing it again. Been working a whole bunch. I've been working a whole bunch. Just been like throwing myself at work because I'm like, I need money. Because money sounds like a good idea.
Money is usually a good idea. Yeah, you'd be right.
Money is usually a good idea. What else? Nothing really. It's getting kind of crazy out here in Vegas because there's a snow day. We talked about how there was snowing in Vegas, and
That's right. Snow happened.
Snow happened. There's a lot of rain. Since my house, I think it's like 10 months ago, had like a really bad leak in it. And this was a really good test of my like ghetto fix that I did. Where I like when the leak happened, I went up to the top and I fucking had a bunch of like silicone and like black tar and I just sprayed it across the roof and I was like, let's see if that holds, and then no rain happened. So I couldn't test it. Yes, I just couldn't test it until this week, and I was like, oh cool, it actually holds up. That's awesome. Now I don't have to pay like the minimum like 10 grand for a roof fix.
I'm sorry, what?
Minimum 10 grand? Holy shit. Just for a hole?
To fix roofs, well, they have to replace the whole roof. They don't know how far it's
okay, that makes sense.
And it could have mold there too, so it's like fucking, it's expensive.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's totally fine.
That's totally fine. Besides that, I think everything is going good. Yeah.
You think? Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I'm pretty
That's
sure.
good to think. It really is.
I still I won't say I'm healthy, but I'm out there living.
I'm out there living, man. You see those deadlines on mainlining them.
I'm out there living, bro.
Well, okay. Well, we got like, since that's your week, but what's the Bree metric of your week? You know, from last time. What's your Bree metric? What you been eating?
What have I been eating? I've had a lot of potatoes this past week.
Raw potatoes again, Mixeyyy? What the fuck?
I am not eating raw potatoes, you cocksucker. I've been eating baked potatoes and mashed potatoes. Okay.
Okay. That's good.
I think literally last night I had like fried chicken and baked potato.
Nice. Very nice.
I bought because shut up. Lesson here about people about spending money. At my store, I can buy a bag of potatoes that holds about like 30 potatoes for like
that's at least 30 meals if you eat them raw. Like, honestly.
Yeah, if you eat if you do it right, you can make some serious mashed potatoes for like $4. And I've been just like, I bought a bag of potatoes one day and I was like, you know what? Let's fucking potato. I
This
want
is
to make some
Serious
tater
mashed
tots.
potatoes.
I can make some tater tots right now, but I bet y'all can't make tater tots because y'all don't have potatoes in your household. Y'all got
No,
garlic.
I just don't know how to cook.
Oh.
I love this
Oh.
cooking portion. This is that cooking with Mixeyyy. I loved it.
You know, you always have potatoes in your house, but you have sugar? Thought not.
What about
Got it.
measuring spoons? Thought not.
Hold the fuck up! I got brown sugar in my house already because
It's
I got
not
it
the
as a gift from
same.
my.
Wow.
Okay, shh. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. So Bree, how the fuck are you doing?
Well, I
So,
had a chicken bacon ranch flatbread and a smoothie this week.
This week. That's all. That's all you had for the week.
I had salad.
Yeah.
I went to a really cool grocery store.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about that. Very
Yeah,
fancy, which
Very
equates.
well, it's fancy. It's like everything's organic and fresh, and I had strawberries that like didn't have mold on them for the first time
Oh, Pog.
and ever.
every time Bree talks about what she's had for her like food is like she's presenting to like a teacher and like, what did you
Dude,
do over
yeah.
the summer?
This is my homework.
This,
I played with my dolls. I had food.
I had a
yes,
smoothie.
it's true. They were
I had,
cannolis at
I
the
had-
store.
I had 2 smoothies.
2 smoothies with strawberries.
Listen, all right, you know what? I don't need to be
What?
here.
Again,
What?
You asked how my week was, and I told
What?
you.
You gonna come for my sugar habits and you're not gonna let me come back at you like this?
No.
I love it. 2 weeks, two podcasts in a row. Got the co-host to want to leave within 10 minutes. That's an achievement.
It's
Oh.
very poggers.
I'm
But
sorry,
continue.
Bree.
How else has
Continue
your
with your
been?
week.
Yeah, how
Yeah.
has your week been?
It was a really cool grocery store. I
That's the
they
highlight.
had a lot. I got like iced tea and like yogurt, and they had fancy French fries that were frozen. But yeah, they had Japanese soda there, and like
Oh yeah, with the marbles, right? You have to push down. on 'em.
yeah, but like my cart was full by that time, so I couldn't get like
You squeeze a few
More.
more in there.
no. But like I have 2 salads for the week. I have a steak quesadilla that came with salsa
that
and
equals your
sour
cart?
cream.
That
gotta think
equals your
about it.
cart being full.
Yeah,
2
I
salads and
also
a steak
got cinnamon
quesadilla?
bread and like bagels,
Yeah,
cookies.
cookies.
We're just talking about my whole grocery list at this point. This is
That's
not
your
what the
highlight
podcast
of-
is.
Dude, that's been your highlight for 2 weeks. What else are we going to talk about?
I mean, I played video games too, but I mean, you
Oh.
can't eat those.
What
God
video
damn it.
game did you play?
So that, yeah, what video games?
Apex and Apex.
Did you try the Sea of
That's it.
Thieves Battle Pass?
I didn't try it yet. I downloaded it, but I was trying to finish the Apex Battle Pass, so
Yeah.
I'll probably play Sea of Thieves at some point, I guess. Maybe, probably. We'll
I
see.
can hear the care level. It's just not there with video games, honestly. It's like, it's not food.
No, it's all about food.
That's the highlight. Because like, you've been
Can't
talking
eat
about
video
that.
games, dude.
You've been talking about the store all weekend. You've been talking about it all weekend.
I have like every person I encounter this weekend. I'm like, dude, I went to this really cool grocery store.
Well, that sounds like a good 2 weeks. Video store? Yeah. What is this?
Video
2000s? What the fuck?
Are we Blockbuster?
Guys, I went to Blockbuster yesterday. You're not gonna believe what they had.
They had strawberries and milkshake. Thank God. That was good. Good. Congrats.
Nathan,
You
how
watched
was-
the
how
movie,
was
right?
Nathan, how was your 2 weeks?
How was my 2 weeks? It's
Yeah, man.
it's been chill. Just video games and streaming, and not as maybe much of good food.
I'm sorry.
It happens. It happens. But man, I'm trying to think about it. I didn't do jack shit in 2 weeks. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't do shit. I played Persona a little bit, and then decided to take a break of that and play Cyber Shadow, which is it's kind of hard but fun. I like it. But I'm already gonna be done with that game, so I'm gonna play something else. That's my life is stream. That's about it. Other than that,
Damn.
my cat's got a thing for the wall.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So like you know those corner brushes. That's literally what it is.
Yes.
It's like it's one of those. We got Salty got one of those. My wife, for those that don't know, I guess, got one of those things for the corner yesterday. Oh, that reminds me. Yeah, this morning, like she did a weird ass shit. She's like looking at me right now. She tried to get the cats to rub on it, like get used to it. She actually like brushed her hair with it.
Oh,
So, like, because the scent,
cat
So-
owners are weird, bro.
they are.
Yeah.
They really are. She was wearing a hamster onesie too, and I'm like, this is my life. I agreed
Isn't
to have this
Don't
as my
you
life.
also have a hamster onesie? Is that
She
the same
stole it.
hamster onesie?
Aren't
She stole
is it
it,
your
yeah.
whole thing? Hamsters? Like
No,
isn't your
it's a gerbil.
whole
No, it's a gerbil. I understand the confusion.
Sorry.
I understand the
Didn't mean to
commu- the-
offend you.
Did you just say Hammy's a gerbil?
I understand the
I'm
confusion,
sorry.
but
I mean, one time I named a fish Crunchy, so I understand. It's okay.
that's been my week.
Jesus
That's been my week. This is great. This is like we're 11 minutes
like-
in. Yeah, we eat.
God damn it.
We don't talk about movies here. What do you mean?
Oh yeah, movie. We watched a movie. You could probably tell from the title of it if you're like wherever you're listening to this podcast. By the way, I should mention that we're not just on YouTube now. We also are on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and iTunes, which I'll leave a link in the description because I guess that's how that works on shit. So yeah, if you're listening to us on YouTube, we're not just on YouTube. So fun
Okay.
fact. I'll leave those.
Yeah, man. Fun
it-
fact.
I'll leave those in places. But anyway, like I said, we're kind of idiots. So we watch movies every once in a while. Every once in a while, that's like our whole thing. Anyway, we watch Transformers. That's what I should probably say.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
There you
I did
go.
it. I did the intro.
Transformers.
Transformers, the 2007 film. Transformers.
Yes, thank you, Mixeyyy. That's what.
No problem.
2007.
I got you.
Which, by the way, immediately I did not realize this was like came out in 2007, and now I hate how old I feel now. That's also been my week. I've been feeling old as fuck. I hate it.
Sorry.
It's Bree's fault. That's all I gotta say.
I'm sorry. I'm just
Bree as the baby of the group.
Bree said she was child when this came out. I'm like, and I was less child when it came out.
less child.
Yes. It's exactly how it is. And yeah, this came out in 2007, and I also made a mistake of choosing another movie that's 2 hours long, which I didn't realize how long it was.
2.5 hours.
Two and a half hours.
To be fair, yes,
Yes.
but most movies are long.
Yeah, but
nowadays.
like
That's not even true.
It's not even true.
It's kinda true.
If you see a movie that's like 2.5 hours long, you're not gonna be like, "Wow, that's a long movie."
That's
Yes, I
like
think
2.5
that's a long
hours
movie,
is a long
but
movie.
a lot of movies are kind of long nowadays. Like, there's not a lot of hour 30 movies. except
Yeah, I
for
mean,
if it's like
how
a
long was
B-movie
Endgame?
movie.
Endgame was literally
3
3
hours.
hours.
But
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
was like a big movie. Like
But what was
Are you
Infinity
saying
War?
Transformers aren't big? How dare you.
Wow. I mean, they're literally Transformers. Their big thing, the big is their whole
they
thing.
can be small if they want.
They could be small. We've seen them.
That's true. Which is like is a character we gotta lead into this later down the road. That's very small, but also the only useful one. I feel out of all the robots
Also-
in this movie.
Also, Infinity War is 2 hours, 2 hours
Yeah, because
36
it's a
as
big
well.
movie.
Yeah.
Kind of big
a
movies.
big
This
movie.
is not the movie we watched.
It's not the movie. Nathan mentioned it, so I felt like I should tell him.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. Anyways,
anyway,
continue.
That was like, yeah, that's the beginning. That's what I realized. Like I fucked up. I gotta actually keep an eye on these length of these movies. It's a fucking 2.5 hours. Jesus fuck.
And a DreamWorks movie.
Yeah, it's a DreamWorks movie, which I
It is.
totally also forgot. which entered the DreamWorks thing was funny because it had the robot sounds. They had the Transformer sounds with it, which weird noises.
It went. No, it didn't. I don't remember what sound it was. There we go.
Please stop. You all sound like horrible beatboxers. Come on now.
Thank you so much.
Oh, and yeah, that was the whole thing. Like presented, like it's DreamWorks and Paramount working together.
In
Which by the
harmony.
huh?
It's in they're working in harmony.
They're working in harmony. Which I don't know how many people have actually like seen this movie because it is like it's over 10 years old now. Like I wouldn't be surprised if there's actually some people that have not seen this movie. This is a Michael Bay's movie, like a Michael Bay movie, so it's like kind of know what to expect from a Michael Bay movie. Yeah, there's lots of explosions, lore, yeah, it's lore. Which does lead into that. We have a deep voice just loring up. Like it's just doing all the lore right at the beginning. Talking about a cube crash landing. And that's how like that starts off. Like what else happened?
In the beginning of the movie?
I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A lot happened in the beginning. Well, it's just like them saying, "Oh, we've come to this planet. Bumblebee's over here trying to." Well, character we haven't met yet is landing on Earth.
I wonder who that character we haven't met yet is. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder who that character is.
So I don't know.
And then it turns into like fucking the high school sim of my man trying to sell his.
Oh yeah,
his grandfather's stuff in high school.
Yeah, just to get a car. Like it's very
just
typical.
to buy a car.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, this character is played by Shia LaBeouf, actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf. But this is
Baby
before he
Buff.
was a cannibal.
Yeah,
Baby Buff.
this is Baby Buff. This is like Even Stevens Baby Buff. Like if you know that show. Like do you guys know that show?
Anybody remember? I don't think anybody remembers Even Stevens.
How does everyone how old am I? Like god damn it.
Old.
Don't
27?
Exposed. Yeah, that was the whole thing. And then we got a shot of Megan Fox because that happened. And oh yeah, the teacher was a dick in that scene. Yeah, that was the thing.
Well, it's because to be fair, he was trying to like pimp out his grandfather's stuff to sell. Like, yo, this is being sold on eBay. So I can buy,
and then he was like, "I'll
so
give
I
you
can
guys
buy
my
some shit."
PayPal."
Yeah, that was like a thing. PayPal, eBay, like big names drops.
That was when PayPal was brand new. I think it was 2007 when PayPal was just coming out.
Yeah,
PayPal has not been around for that long.
Yeah, that was Elon Musk's first baby.
Yeah. So it's just like, so if you guys haven't seen Transformers, the Transformers series is all about brand shots and brand names being dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Like eBay has no business being in this movie besides it paid for its way in this movie.
And then Yahoo, there's like been a bunch of brands that's like early.
Yeah, just so many brands are just dropped in the Transformers movies, especially this one in particular, and it gets ridiculous later on the line where it's just like money's being thrown at this movie for no reason. But people are like, it's Transformers, it's gonna be big. So he tries to sell his grandfather's stuff on eBay.
Yeah, and he explained all that shit about like he was an explorer and all this shit. My great grandfather.
Yeah, all this fun shit, and then he goes over to his teacher because the teacher's like, "See me after class." He's like, "Really need an A. I need an A so I can get my dad to help me buy this car."
Yeah, my dad's a dick. He's like great, like grades only. Like
that's what you get for selling things during class.
And his teacher was like, "Fine, I'll give you an A, whatever." And then there was a joke. What was the joke?
Oh yeah, the joke was
yeah.
he sent he's like, or they go through a Porsche dealership. He's like, you're gonna buy me a Porsche? Nah, what do you think I did? What do you think I am, eh? Like he did that whole shit.
You think I'm built out of money?
You think I'm made of money, bitch?
I'm typical father. Ha ha ha.
I also just want to say that I think we skipped the before we go to the school, there was just this whole like military like war
Oh my
thing
God, we
going
did,
on
didn't we?
because propaganda.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I forgot too, and then I looked at my notes and I was like, oh yeah, that happened before and after.
Yeah. Which?
because the military was getting hacked. I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
And
this
then
is a lore point.
Dude, like it just shows like what happens in this movie. Like I wasn't paying attention. Like I kept zoning out. I was like, what's going on? Everybody's talking all the time. I don't like I don't know what's happening.
He's talking.
Yeah, that was like a big thing. It was like the military shit, and then it had like Therese Gibson from the Fast and Furious, and like had slight racism in this scene as well.
Yeah.
That happened, and then like I don't know, a lot more talking happened, saying like, "There's a bogey, there's a bogey coming." I remember that. There was like a whole little scene of like, "There's some shit happening. I don't know what's going on. It's coming to our airwaves."
Yeah, it's because they could see shit flying through the sky. They're like, "What the fuck is this?" And
very
then,
military
helicopter.
Yeah, it was a transformer helicopter.
And then we go to the school.
Yes.
And then school.
Then the
Bree
school.
is correct. And then fuck the school. Then they go to car dealership.
Yes. Yeah,
And
you
where
want
we
us
get
to describe your
introduced-
movies.
And where we get introduced to
Bernie Mac. Oh my God, I forgot all about Bernie Mac. Like I really did, and I started missing him. He was a good guy. I liked him.
You gonna say his eulogy? Yes, Bernie Mac was a very good guy. And he's there as a car salesman. Is like, yo, buy my cars. If this is your first car, you got to buy my cars. It's going to be super cool. And then we get introduced to BMW, not BMW, Beetle. I forgot the fucking brand of what Beetle. Who makes the Beetles?
Volkswagen.
Volkswagen. Yeah, you get introduced to a Volkswagen. You see the Camaro drive in. My phone.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
see a
Actually,
Camaro
I
driving
remember
by
you
itself.
actually see him twice. Like it goes in, like goes out of a shot when they first get to the dealership, and then you see it park, like trying to be all blended in and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, blended in, and then the Camaro parks besides the Beetle because guess what? That's fucking foreshadowing. Because he used to be a Beetle. Who would have guessed?
Oh my God.
And fucking Bernie Mac comes over. He's like, "Oh, this car's a Beetle. Whose car is this? Is this my car? Who owns this car?"
Yo, Mario! Like he actually like yelled at a mechanic and everything. Yo, whose car is this?
It's somebody's.
I'm gonna sell it anyway.
Yeah, it's like I want this car. And he's like, all right, 5,000, I think he said for it. And the dad was like, no, the limit's 2,000. I'm only paying for half.
4,000.
Look at this.
It was only
look at this Beetle.
It was 4,000.
Was it 4,000?
You gotta be accurate here. Yes.
No, I think he paid for half of it though.
Yeah, he pays for half of it because the son had 2,000 because
Shia had 2,000. That's right. Never mind.
So he was only willing to pay 4,000, but the guy was like 5,000, take it or leave it.
Yeah.
And then dad was like, why don't we look at this Beetle? And then the Beetle gets flipped.
Oh yeah. Like he slams the door. Baby Buff slams the door, and the other door opens like a fucking like Three Stooges movie or some shit. Like Bernie Mac.
Doors.
Bernie Mac's in the bug. Like, what the fuck? That's fine. I can buff that out with a sledgehammer. Yo, Mario, get the sledgehammer.
Explode.
And then because Bumblebee's being jealous, he just wants somebody.
Like, the fuck you mean? The fuck you mean you want a Beetle?
And then he blows up all the windows, and then Bernie Mac was like, "Okay, take it, 4,000."
I don't want this cursed motherfucking car on my lot. Yeah.
And then where did it lead into that? I'm forgetting the movie.
I'm like,
ooh.
yeah,
God, dude, this movie is
interesting.
It's not memorable in like
it's not
a plot-ish sense. It's more like you think of this movie and you're like, robot, and that's all you like. That's all you remember. And I don't know. I just remember it being very 2007.
Up until this point too, it's been like
2007.
fucking old, like the style and everything. I remember what happened. I had to look at my notes. We went back to DC. We went back to military people, the propaganda.
Oh, that's right. That's
propaganda,
right.
and we learned about the
Propaganda,
three
yes,
nerds.
again.
They panned on
Yes.
3 nerds only, which 2 of the nerds actually eventually become obsolete, which I realized.
Yes, they do. You
Yeah.
are accurate. They do become obsolete.
Yeah, there's 3 nerds. They're important, but one's a hot nerd. You gotta remember. And if you know who the hot nerd is, the hot nerd is basically like Patsy from fucking Jessica Jones. If you ever watched that show,
I don't think anybody really watched Jessica Jones.
that show
I
was
might be proven
good.
wrong.
The show was good until the last season, and then it got boring. But that you can say that about almost all those Marvel shows, to be
All
honest.
those Marvel movies, yeah. I
Yeah.
can continue.
Anyway, yeah. So yeah, that happened. It was like kept panning to these 3 nerds during this whole press conference with like, what was it? Wasn't that guy like the Secretary of Defense? Was like
Yes, he was the-
Angelina
he was the Secretary of
Jolie's
Defense.
Something I don't remember.
Yeah.
John Voight?
John
That's John
Voight.
Voight.
Yeah, that's Angelina
Yeah.
Jolie's father, if I remember correctly.
Probably.
Yeah, and he did
I
a
don't
whole
remember.
speech, and they kept panning to those 3 nerds, like only these 3 are important. Well, right now,
Mhm.
one will only be important.
Yeah.
I just
John
remember
John
like
Voight's-
everybody standing for the guy, and they all stood up and then they sat back down, and it was really weird.
Yeah, you thought that was weird. It was like a judge. It was like a judge at a courthouse or courtroom. You know.
It's a sign of respect for no reason.
Yeah.
There's no respect in Transformers.
And then it was John Voight makes a speech saying, we were hacked and all these other things. We need to figure out why we were hacked, who's doing it, and what government it is, because it's apparently Russia or China trying to hack us. We must figure it out. Because we are America, and then you see his jowls. just
America, war, violence, racism.
And then I think one of the nerds mentions like, this is something big, and then they're like, this is crazy, and then they go do what they got to do.
Yeah, and that was literally that
And then-
scene. Like, really,
Yeah.
That scene was nothing. That
it
scene
was
was
literally
not
nothing.
needed.
And
Yeah.
they go back to like main character's house, right? They go back to Sam's
Baby
house
Buff.
after that, I think. Yeah,
think so.
sorry.
His name is Sam, but we're calling him
his
Baby
name is
Buff.
Sam.
Just,
No, I'm saying
just
Sam.
call him Shia. Just say Shia.
No,
No.
Baby
Or you can call
Buff.
Sam. I'm not calling him Baby Buff. Nathan.
Anyways,
Fine,
he has a dog,
Mojo.
and it's a
That's right.
chihuahua with a broken leg, and his name is Mojo, and he's very cute. He's got a little penthouse, it's a doghouse in the backyard, and he likes to sit there, and he's very cute. He's like a little baby.
That's the
He
movie.
is a
That's the
little
whole
That's the
movie.
That's the
Which is actually funny
There's-
as hell. The dog is actually a bit of like a diva. Let's be honest. At that beginning, the way they showed
No.
off,
Oh,
the
for
dog
sure.
is the
Yeah.
dog is like addicted to drug, like painkillers. Apparently, has a
He
little
is.
penthouse that he has to go upstairs for, and he has a bedazzled collar. This dog is a
that his
diva.
mom gave him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
He's
also like
chihuahua
um,
vibing.
yeah, and during that whole scene too, like Baby Buff's dad was like, I'm calling him that for the whole podcast. I don't give a fuck.
God damn it.
Baby Buff's dad was like obsessed with his fucking garden. It's like, you gotta walk on the path. You gotta do this. Don't step on my grass, man.
Don't leave footprints on my grass. You absolute disgrace of a son.
So stereotypical bullshit, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Even
It's
his
just- it's just
room.
like, I made my garden, I made my path so you can walk on it. Stop walking on my grass.
Jesus fuck. He still never
And
does
it's
it for the
just-
entire movie. Like, fuck your
Yeah.
path, old man.
Fuck your grass. Yeah, and it's just like Shia's like, oh, I gotta go to this party. Let me call up friend who doesn't matter.
Oh,
The
shit,
most
yeah.
least mattered character ever.
Is that what happened next? Like that was like it was
Yeah,
like
that
going
is
to
what
a
happens
party.
next.
Oh shit, yeah.
He runs to his path, and the dad's like, stay off the path, and the mom's like, is that the piece of shit car you bought? And then
Yeah, like
They
the smoke
drive
fills
off
up the entire lawn.
Yeah.
yeah, and he's like, and she's like, really?
You're
So
that
they go-
cheap, huh?
They
That-
go to the fucking like lake, I think it was, or like a park.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was a
the
lake
group of-
park.
The group of friends are there, and then we're introduced to bad boy boyfriend and the girl interest mechanic.
Yeah. Stereotypical like characters. The jock, Small dick jock, as I call him.
There was also a monkey man in a tree. I don't really remember who he was, but I remember
he was
that
a
was
weird
best
hippie.
friend.
That's his
That
weirdest
was Shia's
stoner.
best friend. Yes.
That was a stoner friend. Like
they're like, and they're talking, and then fucking boyfriend's car is having problems, but girl was like, I know how to fix, and boyfriend's like, this is not for girls. This is all about guys here trying to fix the car.
Sexism.
here's the
Sexism.
sexism of it all. And then she just left or something like that.
Yeah, she left. Well, it's like Shia shows up with best friend, and he's like, "Get off the tree! Stop going around like the tree! You're embarrassing me!" It's just like,
stop being monkey man.
Stop being a monkey. You are human, not a chimp. We are not returning to monkey today.
So stupid.
Yeah.
This is wrong movie. This is not Planet of the Apes. This is Transformers. Stop monkeying around.
We are not transforming into monkey. It is
That's not the transforming we're doing today. God.
And he's just like Jock man comes over. Is like, what's this stupid idiot doing?
What is he doing? I bet
What
he
are you
just
doing?
marijuana.
Michaela, that's Megan Fox's name.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call her Megan because I won't remember Michaela.
Yeah, it's spelled weird, by the way, as well. I felt like it was a weird
It's
spelling.
very spelled weird.
Yeah.
I got it if you want to know. I have it pulled up.
Isn't it like, let me
It's-
guess at first. It's like MIKEALA,
Yes. Yes.
something like that.
You were
Is it
very close.
AE.
AE?
It is AE.
Fuck. Such a weird fucking name.
It's definitely Michaela. And then fucking she gets upset because the boyfriend was like being sexist, like, you can't work on my car, you're a girl.
Yeah.
Walks away. Fucking Mac Daddy Shia LaBeouf sees his chance to strike and was like,
Yes.
I'm leaving you behind, Monkey Boy.
Oh,
And Monkey Boy's like, girls before hoes.
Yeah. And you're forgetting the smallest, the greatest, the beginning of so many great things. The car becomes
What?
the wingman.
Like,
Yes, the car is always the
turning
wingman.
on like these
The radio.
like, romantic music
Yeah.
stations and like locking the door and like going to like that ledge or something.
Yeah, this is like it
Let's
starts to
get it
begin to
on.
happen right when they kick the one guy. I was like, "Fuck off! I'm gonna try to get laid."
My dick is more important than you getting home, okay?
Yeah.
Get
Go
out of
home,
my
go away,
car.
stoner. And then Shia LaBeouf goes and like drives up in front of her while all the music is going because I just love it. It's the beginning of some great shit, and like he just says the perfect lines like, "Can I ride you home?" Like he's just.
It's like, oh wait, no, can I give you a ride home? Not,
Yeah. Not you. That's later. No. Greatest line, and she's like, "Ah, shit. I guess."
And she's like,
Dang
I
it.
hate being here. And he's like, you can duck if you want to.
He's
Like,
like,
you
"No,
don't have
that's-
to show your face. And she's like, that's not what I meant.
That's not what I meant. Anyway, who the fuck are you?
That's
Are
such a
you
good
new
line.
here?
You
It
can-
really is.
you can
Actually,
duck.
I've been going to your school since first grade. Oh, do we have any classes together?
Just
all of them,
everyone.
actually. Oh.
Oh my god, I just didn't know. No, she didn't even actually talk like that, but I just imagine it could have worked just like that if they just went full hard on the stereotypism. Because holy shit. And that's when
Yeah.
that whole thing began too. The best part, the car trying to get him laid. Hardcore.
Yeah.
Like he takes over, the car crashes or some shit like that eventually, or some shit. And she like, no, it was first with like the car was fucking up, and it's like, no, we're gonna go to this ledge. It's all sexy like play some more sexy music, and then it died or some shit. And then it's the scene that I like. I feel like it's such a fantasy scene for how men want women. It's like she opens up the hood, trying to be all sexy, like leaning her body. And it's like, oh, there's some nice headers, like acting like like making a character like know about cars.
Haha.
She
Sexy
does.
girl.
Yeah, I know, but making that whole character, but it's like it's such a weird like
Didn't he say
fantasy.
something like females like don't? I've never seen a female know how to like fix a car or something like that. I was like, ew, that's
he's never
stinky.
said,
Don't say that.
yeah, he's like, I never knew girls who like cars like that. And then, I remember the scene. It's just like he's over here. He's like, oh yeah, he's flexing while pointing at things. Like, yeah, I put that in like 2 days ago.
Yeah,
I
it's
specifically remember him saying female and going stinky.
Oh, was it female? It's nice.
Yeah, it was specifically female that stuck with me because I was like, no, do not say that to a woman.
Baby Buff being sexist, you know.
And they also like keep sexualizing her, and like obviously like they cast adults when they cast teenagers because that's what happens because child labor laws. So like you cast adults when you're making teenagers in the movie, but it's like the amount of time she's sexualized, and like then they have to remind you that she's in high school, but then they sexualize her again. It's like stop.
Oh
stop
yeah,
that.
We're gonna name a couple more like instances of like what
we're
the
gonna get
fuck.
into that later.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and then that whole thing happened, and then then we go to Air Force One, right? Is that what happened?
Yes, because Air Force One is getting on lockdown because of the
and I think something else happened. Attacking. And I feel like another thing happened.
Ran away. His car drove away, or was that later?
I think that's later. There's a lot of like switching to different locations. At least 3 to 2 and 3 again.
It's hard to keep up a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, like I feel like before the like the whole thing with the monkey boy and him trying to get laid in his car, trying to get him laid. There was like a thing. Like I have like sneaky robot. Like I don't know what the fuck the sneaky robot was. I feel like this might have been our first like introduction to what I think
that's the little one. That's the little one you like.
And I think like that was like before all that, and then we get to Air Force One, which is still sneaky robot. I can't remember how it went, but like we get introduced to like what I think is the most productive character, if anything, the most productive Decepticon. Let's be honest here.
Demon, little demon crab,
the radio crab, because he was a radio. Like he was a fucking radio with a CD player. He even had like
shooting CDs out all over the place.
Yeah. And this whole moment was funny because like we're going through Air Force One and we had a George Bush moment. Like, of course we did. Guy in the bed with Red Sox, of course. It's like, hey, can you give me a ding dong? Yeah. Like something like that. But didn't show his face.
Practicing that voice.
Yeah. Yeah, give me a ding dong.
Yeah, but there's this movie.
It's all over the place, man. And
it really is.
Yeah. And this is the best character because this little robot is hacking everything.
Yeah, he's like, hacking, and that lady dropped her
ding dong.
Her ding dong, and then she picked it up off of the floor and ate it. And I was extremely disgusted because that is a public floor. It is not your home. Do not eat things off of the floor.
Which is also weird.
Stomping around.
Which is also weird.
5-second rule.
No. Yeah, it's true. 5-second rule. He's got you there. Which is weird because like that was for the president. You just ate the president's ding dong.
That is true. I didn't notice that until like you just reminded me that he was the one who asked for it, so she ate it.
Yeah,
like she got it for. He's like, get me a ding dong, and she's like, okay, and like got one for herself and didn't come back. Like,
and she thought it was disgusting too. She's like, oh no, and this is like that's like off in the foreground almost with like the most productive character, Robot Crab, being like a ninja and like hacking shit. He's like Splinter Cell in this bitch. Like
he turns into things that are useful at the time too. Like he fully
like a radio.
His yeah.
Yeah. So what's happening is like the tiny little robot that Nathan likes. His name is Frenzy.
Oh yes, I remember you saying that actually.
His name is Frenzy. He is hacking Air Force One to try to find like military documents. He's like hacking the military network, and people are freaking out, and then they finally stop the hack because they're like, oh, you can't let this happen. And like I think the people who stopped the hack were the people at the Pentagon, the 3 nerds. They were the ones who stopped it. They noticed it first.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, 100%. That's about as far as the relevancy went, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Well, not the girl. The
girl's got to be in it the whole way. Like
Yeah,
She's hot. You have to.
The two
You have to,
guys
dude. It's
were
law.
the ones. Yeah, they are like, oh god, somebody's hacking Air Force One. And they're trying to stop it, and then they finally thwart it and like said, no more hacking for you, tiny crab creature.
Yeah,
Tiny
and he got
Tasmanian
angry.
devil.
Do you remember? He got angry. He's like, rah! Bashed his head against the screen.
I love the sounds he makes. He's like, like little demon, dude.
He's the ultimate tiny gremlin. He's just like,
He is tiny.
help me.
gremlin.
He stops it, and then but it stops on the picture of Sam's grandfather's glasses, I believe.
Yeah,
I think it stops on that. That's how he sees it.
Yeah, it
I
was
think
on
the
articles.
the last thing they saw.
Yeah, it was like some couple of articles. Also, what's about the leading next is like he got stopped, and then people on the plane found out to go in to fuck shit up. By the way, in a movie where there's giant robot fighting and shit like that, this is like the only time, like I was about to say, is like he has the highest confirmed kill count of any robot in this entire movie. Is this little fucking radio demon crab who just shoots shurikens from his chest. Has more kills than giant robots, but those are confirmed kills because you can't kill people like in large masses because
yeah
for reasons
because this is not rated R movie.
Yeah, PG-13 movie.
But so like they fucking get the glasses. He like transmits some bullshit to the cop car.
Yeah,
Barricade, and Barricade goes hunting down for our main character Sam,
which sends us back to another thing to him, which was I don't remember how it fully went.
I believe that's when his car leaves.
Yeah, there you go.
And then he calls the police, and
my father is the head of the neighborhood watch.
he Batman.
Oh yeah, that's leading into it. But like getting to that, I thought it was hilarious. He's like chasing it. He's like calling the cops on his phone. He's like, so my car is running away or some bullshit. He says something. No, this ain't a joke.
Away without me.
Yeah. He's like, this ain't a joke. My father's the head of the neighborhood watch. He actually used that bullshit line. And that's when we get to the moment where we actually see Bumblebee for the first time now. While fucking Baby Buff is like crouching behind some garbage. And like that's when we see Bumblebee, which, you know, we don't know, like if you don't know Transformers, you don't know it's Bumblebee, but it's Bumblebee. And he's doing the thing that Vera, oh shit. What the fuck? What the fuck?
No.
Holy shit. Bree. Holy fuck. Holy shit.
Try that one again.
Bree said the whole Batman signal. Holy shit.
Just get recorded now.
The mix-ups are now canon.
Oh, God.
Which was, yeah, that was a funny moment. God damn it.
I can't wait. I can't wait for that one tomorrow.
Oh, no.
Okay, continue. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm not giving context for anyone. They just have to figure that out on their own. I don't give a shit. I'm not doing it.
About that all night tonight, and
oh
I'm
just gonna
fuck. I'm gonna be waiting for it.
God damn it. Yeah. Like Bree said, he did a whole Batman signal, which was literally the Autobot symbol in the sky, and I thought it was I was like, what the fuck? Why is he doing that? Not to mention it was a cloudy sky. E.T. phone home.
Yeah, that's
so Batman.
The premise of that is just that they're like, we need to call our Autobots to us, and that's the best way to do it because they're on standby somewhere watching and waiting for that transmission of the shit's here. That's what that is. It's bullshit. I'm not saying it's not bullshit. It's bullshit, but that's just how it is.
Damn.
They're waiting for somebody to be like, yo, shit's over here. Squat up. You're trying to get to the shit before the other Decepticons do. And that's what it is. And then I think it cuts back to the military.
I think because The police car gets him, but I think there's like a little before that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
we go
believe-
to
I believe-
the people in the desert. We go back to the
Yeah,
Middle East.
it goes back to the military with John Dumal and Tyrese leading the charge, and they fight Scorpion Transformer.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
believe.
that was a thing. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, he goes under like the sand and just kind of wiggles around and pops out and like drags people under the sand to kill them.
One of my favorite scenes is that they're trying to like here's a racist part for y'all. Here it is. They're in the middle of fighting in the like battlegrounds against the Scorpion, like just shooting back and forth, and the Scorpion's doing whatever the fuck a Scorpion does. And the main military dude, John Dumal, he's over here trying to make a phone call, and he's on the phone with this Indian dude, and he's like, I'm trying to make a phone call. I just not a click call. And the dude's like, sir, I'm not gonna do the accent. Do not worry, I will not do the accent. Sir, sir, you yelling is not helping in this situation. I don't know. He's like, what do I need? A credit card? Left cheek.
Left cheek, left cheek. You got too many pockets back here.
You got 10 pockets back here. The left cheek. It's just like such a stupid scene that's once again not needed. But
Yeah.
you got to see what the military is doing because
You gotta see. It's very important to the plot of the movie. And then I think it goes back to he gets like Sam gets interrogated or something by this one guy.
Nope.
And
actually,
no, not yet.
I think
Not
we
not
get
yet.
No.
not yet because
You went too far.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's very it's very easy.
It is. It
to get
doesn't.
confused
It
in
doesn't
this.
like. It's not like you could put any scene in any order and it wouldn't make a difference. Like
Yeah. So like, what happened next is the hackers again, right? Wasn't that thing? We go back to because like
No.
my next thing is shut
Dude,
up,
we don't even-
Grandma! That's my next notes. That's
No,
what I
so
have after the Scorpion.
The next thing is after the Scorpion gets his ass beat by the U.S. military because Yarhar U.S. military.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was a whole
They
scene
go-
too, by
cut-
the way.
They cut back to Sam or Shia LaBeouf in his room freaking out about his car, and then the car pulls back up, and he like calls his best friend saying, "Man, my car is alive. It's coming at me." And then he hops on his mom's bicycle and tries to run away from the car situation. And
I thought before that was the whole point where like the one lady like put some shit on the Panasonic.
Oh shit, you're right.
That's
I
what I'm
forgot
saying,
about that
bitch.
scene.
Dude.
Oh my God.
Wait, this is
I
gonna
fucking forgot.
see like because I was remembering the part where like he never mind. Keep going.
This is what I
Nathan
remember.
super right.
This is what
Nathan
I
super
remember.
right because go for it, Nathan.
So I remember it's like she took the data from like wherever they discovered during the first hacking, I believe, from the little robot. Put that data on
what they did was in the hacking attempt, they made a copy of the audio signal.
Yes.
That
And
is
be
what-
specific,
that's what it
a
is.
Panasonic memory card, because that was a product placement, hardcore. And she put that in a thing, which actually was a kind of like a weird little moment. If you notice, she put it in and acted like she put blush on or something to hide that she's stealing some shit. Because
Stealing
the
from
lady
the
wear
government.
mix-up.
Ha hee hee ha woman.
And then you get introduced to
And
black character number 2.
yeah, Anthony Anderson, which is like, he's great. I love that guy to begin with too. And we go to his house, and the greatest thing, shut up, Grandma!
Shut up, Grandma, take your meds.
And he's
Anthony
apparently a
Anderson
hacker
appears.
person.
He is hacker man, and the girl character is like, I need your help to figure out what this audio signal is. And as he's trying to figure it out in the government, they're like, somebody stole something from us. And we don't know what's happening, and so they try to find out what happens. And then I believe it cuts to the Bumblebee part that I was talking about.
Yeah, I
and then
think
cuts
so.
back to them.
Yeah, it's Jesus Christ. There's a lot of that, man.
I know they do this weird thing where like they bring in like those two, like I guess side characters or whatever, and then they cut to the military sometimes, and it's like like focus. Like stop. Like there's not
Focus
enough.
on
Like we don't
anything.
need this many characters. Like
Yeah.
you gotta
Yes.
pick one, bud. Like you,
No,
because
every character, and then they meet up at the end. That is how it works.
yeah, like
Yeah.
the other two side characters, like the hacker people or whatever, they like you see them like a few times throughout the movie, and it's like, why are they there? Like I don't understand. Like they
don't
just
think they
like
actually
you said, they team up
I
at
don't
the
think they
end, but
did
it's
anything.
like,
Yeah, I don't think they
huh?
did anything at the end too.
They
I have to
yeah.
think about it.
They were just there. Like
But
you could have cut them out of the movie completely. It would not have made a difference because it was very jarring to like cut to those scenes. And it's like, who are these people again? I don't really remember who they are. And then they would be like, okay,
yeah,
that's it. Just a 2-minute scene. And then they go back to like the actual main characters. And it's like, huh? Like,
yeah,
what was the point of that? That's why it's so hard to remember because it's like
yeah.
doesn't belong there.
It's so all over the place. It was weird how they fucking cut the movie together.
Yeah, it really does
Um,
feel pieced together. But yeah,
Yeah.
then it becomes like he gets chased by his own car because he's like freaked in
Mhm.
now about it. It's like, oh shit,
on his pink
And-
his pink bicycle.
which is his
and then he
mom's,
does a
which I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
he has to mention that it's his mom's.
Yeah.
Like he has to make sure that you know that it's his mom's
That
bike.
it's his
Yeah,
mom's.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then in the
So
course
what
of
it is
that,
is that-
he got ran in. He
Yeah,
got
go for it, Nathan.
yeah, he like ran into a fucking car girl, Megan Fox, somehow, and she like ends up following him, I believe, right?
She
Mhm.
follows him on her little Vespa.
Yeah, she had a Vespa. Jealous of that Vespa. And then that's when we get introduced to a new Transformer, which had a weird like thing on about it. Like I love the fact that the robot took the time to change the writing on his own like
it was like pain and
disguise.
punishment or some shit.
Yeah, to punish and enslave. That's what it said.
To punish and enslave.
Yeah,
Yes,
I had to
that's
write
the
it down.
Decepticon motto.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder if that is a Decepticon.
So yeah, he gets Mr. Sam Witwicky or Shia LaBeouf is like pedaling away from his car. He tries to run over to the fucking the cop car. He's like, look, that car is chasing me. Ah, help!
No, okay, hold on. I was right. We did miss the part where he got interrogated.
No,
But-
the
Yes, it
That's
was
right
before.
now.
Because
That's
I
right-
specifically have it written Mojo has pain pills because he made
No.
the joke that
That's next.
That's
That's
next.
later.
no, but it's
That's
where I
later.
have it before.
That's later.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. You're
Yes,
right.
Thank you, Jesus.
I thought you meant the
Oh,
FBI.
wait.
My
No.
bad.
I thought
Oh.
you
When the
meant
cop
FBI
is like
too.
being
Yeah.
mean to him and he's like, You wanna go,
Oh my
little man? You wanna
God.
fight?
This movie has so many
Dude.
no points, like
he takes
nonsense.
pills.
Pills are not needed.
Yeah, but I just remember because it was funny because he takes out the pills and he goes, "Oh, Mojo, is that the drugs that these kids are calling these days? Is that what they're doing?" He goes, "That's the name of my dog." That's what it is, the pain pills.
Yeah,
And then it cuts to all that. I'm like, again, these scenes are like all over the place.
there's a little
like-
shit that doesn't add to anything. That's barely a comedy, like a little comedy bit. Oh my God,
Dude,
we're living up
I
to
am
the
so
name.
sorry.
driving me crazy. I was
I'm
like,
so
no,
sorry
this
for
scene
doubting
was
you.
definitely before.
My bad, Bree. I thought you were talking about the FBI because I'm like,
No.
that's kind of like an
My
interrogation.
bad, Bree. My bad, Bree. That
Oh
was,
my
that's
God.
a bad one.
We're literally living up to the name of this podcast today. God damn.
Jesus.
Fuck, I forgot all about that. Oh my God.
I literally only remember it because he made the funny joke about like drugs being called Mojo, but it's really just his doggy. And then he threatened him, and he was like, "You want to go square up? You want to go fight? Like outside? You want to go?"
Oh no, yeah, yeah. Now I remember
Just vibing.
because my man had his leg up and you could see his gun, and Chai accidentally looks at it and he's like, "Oh, you staring at my piece, 50 Cent?" I'm like,
Oh my God, yeah, that's it. How can we forget? Like I said, we're living up to the name.
Because this movie is 2.5 hours long, and it has these little scenes that literally do not mean anything to the movie.
Yeah.
Like I said before, it's just like it's people talking and then action, and people talking and then action, and sometimes they have nothing to do with each other. Like it'll cut to the military fighting, and then like Sam's like, like walking around, just doing whatever, just taking a walk, and it's like, what? Like, what's going on?
yeah, it was really stupid. It's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Then okay, now
Okay,
now
now
we
the
get to
police car. Now the
we
police
get to
car. All right, we're getting.
No, you are completely right. I completely forgot about that scene.
God damn,
We get to
man.
the police car. Sam's like yelling at the police car, like, help, help, my car's trying to fucking kill me or whatever. And then
It's
the
like, I'll be
police
another
car,
one.
you see in the car, it's like a human, but then it turns out, oh no, it's a hologram because guess what? It's another robot fucker.
And he
Sam
wants your
screams.
eBay. Give me
Yeah,
your
Sam's-
eBay.
Are you
Sam
eBay
screams.
user, ladies man 217?
Sam screams, gets pushed against the car, and then gets spit on by the car. He's like, "Are you eBay user, lady man? Whatever number
217. I have it written down. I had to quote it because what the
Lady
fuck?
man's 217." Just like, first of all, eBay brand. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for the movie. Are you eBay user, ladies man 217? And where do you have the item for the glasses? He's yelling at him. He's like, do you have the fucking item number for the grandfather's glasses? And just constantly spitting on Sam. Constantly.
Just a lot of oil just going everywhere.
Yeah. And then
Fucking
Bumblebee
RoboCop.
comes in, hits, I believe he fucking like trips the cop car robot.
Something like
Sam's-
that.
They get in a kerfuffle. That's all I know.
Get a
Yeah.
little kerfuffle. I know he didn't transform yet.
They get
Yeah.
in the
He did
car,
not
like the door
transform
just opens, and him and the girl get in the car, and they kind of skedaddle around.
Yeah, it's
for
like a weird little car chase. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Sam runs over, knocks the girl off her Vespa because she just appeared out of nowhere.
No, he like
And then-
grabs onto her collar and just almost, I swear to God, like rips her off. Like I just remember her him grabbing onto something. Like, you're trying to kill this motherfucker. Like, what the hell?
Bumblebee comes over, saves them, is like, get in the car. He's just like, get in the car. That's our best option. Car's driving by himself, and then you see like a really shitty car chase that apparently lasts all day. Because it was definitely daytime, and then it went to nighttime.
Oh shit,
I
you're
didn't
right.
even notice that. Oh my god.
Yeah,
You're right. What the fuck?
The car chase definitely lasted all day.
Yeah.
Hope they had
Because
snacks in that.
that whole time while the car chase is happening, I think that's when we cut back to the fucking was it the whole car chase and then we went back to the FBI, the black guy doing the hacking, or was that during
I
the
don't
car chase?
Oh no. During that whole thing, so there was like the fight, and then it's like finally Bumblebee's moment to be
That's
a
right.
transformer
Mhm.
Yes,
to
that's
like
right.
do his whole
That's
thing,
right.
which
So-
he has light titties. He has headlight titties.
Headlight titties.
And then it's
Bumblebee and the Decepticon are scrapping. Sam is over here fighting Frenzy, the fucking
Yeah,
favorite robot
he
of
took his
Nathan.
pants off.
yeah, it's basically Frozen trying to like when someone steals her nuggets, right?
I can't believe he said it.
Don't steal my nuggies.
For y'all who don't know, Frozen's one of our friends, and she's a little goblin. In many
That's
senses
what
of the
happens
word.
when you take her soup.
And so she loves her soup. So there's a scene in it where
Yeah.
fucking the Frenzy, the little tiny thing that Nathan likes. That's
Most
how I'm gonna
productive
describe
character.
him. He comes by and he pops out of the fucking cop's car's titties to go fight Sam.
Yeah, that's
while
right.
the cop car goes fights Bumblebee, and like they're like he's trying to get the glasses from Sam and all this stuff. Rips off Sam's pants, and I say during the movie that's how Frozen is trying to fight somebody for her chicken nuggets or for her soup.
Yeah. There's a context to that.
Just like gobbling around, and now Shia, who is supposed to be playing a high school student, is just wearing boxers running through. He's like,
Yeah.
there he goes.
And then like,
And-
oh, I remember next. Like, he gets like cornered in a fence, right? Like something like that. Somehow gets to a
Yes, he
fence.
gets-
He's like,
he-
it's like a
he- yeah,
dog
he gets
on him.
pushed into a fence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Megan Fox gets like a bandsaw or something like that.
And just thwacks.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
starts
a
swacking.
random saw out of nowhere at the
Yeah, don't
electrical
even worry
plant.
about it, dude.
Yeah. And that
Saw
moment, that moment is very much Bree when like, you know, defense. Kidding, man.
No. No.
That's Bree defending Kitty when somebody says Kitty isn't cute.
Yeah. He's got a nice penis. Yeah, so that's very much that scene.
But there are people watching this that are not our friends and will not understand.
I mean, they can know he has a nice penis.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they'll just be like, "What the fuck is happening?"
I'm bored.
And
yes, so and then Bumblebee walks out all like cool and shit, like, yeah, check my shit out. How
yeah, with his light titties out there. And then like, okay, this is like another like racist moment. I feel just slightly of like it's an advanced robot. It's probably from Japan. Like, it's probably Japanese or some shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck?
Because Japanese make giant robots, dude.
Yeah, totally.
Haha, funny.
Oh my god, it's a Gundam reference. Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh,
funny.
God damn it. And then
Sam's trying to speak to it, and then fucking Megan Fox is like, "Can you speak alien robot?" She's like, "How do you know it's a giant robot? Can you speak alien?" And Bumblebee speaks through radio because he doesn't have a voice. Bumblebee's like, "Do you have any more questions?" And he transforms down and gets like, "Get in the car," basically. And Sam's like, "Okay, I guess we gotta get in the car." And then they get in the car. She sits like on the driving stick, and he's just in a seat.
Yeah, and then
it
she
cuts to cuts to the hacker scene.
No, you're missing something. She moves. She moves and sits on his driving stick.
I thought the hacker scene, then the driving stick happened.
Yeah, and then she like insults
and then doesn't it
the car.
transform to a cooler car? Yeah.
Yeah, she insults it. It's like, are we really gonna be going around in like this rust bucket almost? And he's like, fuck
Bumblebee
you.
Ugly. And he was like, all right, you want to be like that? And he turned into like a cooler car.
Yeah, which at the time, context.
A cooler Camaro.
Yeah, context for that. Like the reason why that was such a big deal, even like for 2007, it was a big deal, is because it was a Camaro that wasn't even out yet. That was the beginning relaunch of that series of cars. And I only know this because I was a car head at that time, just a bit, and I found it really interesting, and I still fucking remember it, and I don't know why. But yeah, that happened, and like, oh yeah, cool Camaro now. 2007, cool Camaro.
Yeah.
And
she's like, oh, cool. And then he gets into the driver's seat. He's like, yeah. And then she gets in the passenger, and then they drive off to go do whatever the fuck they're going to do. And then it cuts to the scene where a lot of memes were created. The originator of the FBI meme, I believe.
Was it? No. No, there's another. Because you gotta
there's
remember.
No,
the other Autobots.
Oh my god, this plot, dude.
That's after that.
The other part?
I swear to God, that's after. I swear to God, that's after.
No, because he like shit happens at the house while like the FBI gets there. I swear to God.
No, I'm talking about the hacker scene.
Hacker
where
scene.
Anthony Anderson was over here talking about the audio, and with the hacker girl.
That already happened.
And then
didn't it?
No, it didn't.
No.
Oh my
God. No.
I thought at that
That's
point
the scene I'm talking about.
is that when like they were dealing with that and then they got busted?
Attention is not included.
It's just all over the fucking place, man. Like,
I mean, the next thing I have is when all of them meet up.
Now, like, this is what I have for notes. So, like, I remember, like, the car got offended, and then, like, we must all go in disguise, which was the scene where all the other Autobots land.
Yeah.
Then that one hasn't happened yet.
No, it hasn't happened yet. My notes do not lie.
No.
My notes do not lie to me.
No. So, Nathan, what it went was, it goes, the Bumblebee gets offended, gets the new car.
Yeah.
Then it goes to Anthony Anderson and the girl talking about the audio and how weird it is. Then the secrets, whatever, bust in through the door and starts like saying, "Where's everything going?" And they get arrested, and one of their friends gets tackled into a pool, and then it switches to the Autobots coming into the sky.
Okay.
Again,
I'll take your word for it.
Not like you could have. It didn't do anything.
That scene caused many memes.
I'm just a cousin. I remember now. I'm just a cousin.
I'm just a cousin. My grandmama don't want nobody on her carpet.
Yeah.
Especially police. Yeah, that's the scene.
Oh my God, this movie, I swear.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the
and
other
then the
Autobots came
come
in.
down.
Yeah, which
So
were
at the moment they're coming down like meteorites. You don't know if they're good or bad. The only reason why you know they're good is because you hear fucking triumphant music playing in the background.
just like that. That was the music, actually. Fun fact. That was 100% the music.
Yeah, just that. And then I think they pull up to like a place. They're watching them fall down.
Yeah, and then we go like one by
Autobots
one.
are crash landing in different places. One's like, and they're all like finding their vehicles that they want to turn into.
Yeah, one became the Tooth Fairy for a second. That was weird.
One was a Tooth Fairy for a second. Yeah. And then they meet up in the alleyway, and Optimus was like, "Are you Samuel James?" And that's when the real plot starts.
Yeah, more lore about everything. We learned about Megatron, why everything's happening. Which, if you don't, it's their planet was fucked. There's a thing called the Allspark, and like Megatron wants it to fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Like that's the plot, isn't it?
So,
am I missing?
So the
really
basic plot is that Decepticons and the Autobots been fighting for many years.
Many.
It's basically a race war, and then they fought so goddamn hard that they fucked their planet up.
Yeah.
And their like thing that can save their planet is called the Allspark, but the Allspark is, if in Megatron's hands, can do bullshit that's bad. So Optimus is trying to stop that because nobody really wants the bullshit Megatron wants. So that's why they're there. But Megatron was already there on the planet, but he was frozen solid because he landed in the Arctic or some bullshit. And Sam's great grandfather found Megatron in the ice and like described where the Allspark is on.
Yeah, he touched his like
on his glasses. Yeah.
He touched like Megatron's like knuckle and it activated shit. Like I don't know how that fucking activated his nav system, but it did.
Yeah, somehow it activated something, and then Megatron got carted off somewhere, and Sam's great grandfather became a hero, and now Optimus wants Sam to say, "Where the fuck are your glasses?" so we can find the Allspark.
And this is where the FBI shit starts coming in. But during this moment too, we gotta point out it's like there was an introduction between these characters, which was, it was like Jazz, right? No, we got it. We have to. Jazz like was hit like he just had to be all fancy sitting on a fucking car. I don't because they all learned how to talk on radio.
Lieutenant.
Yeah. Jazz was a lieutenant. They all learned how to talk through the radio, and it was kind of funny. And my favorite was the medic one. Which who's the medic?
Ratchet.
Yep. He basically just straight up, yeah, that boy wants to fuck the girl. Let's
he wants to mate with her.
Yeah, he said the boy's rising pheromones will suggest that he wants to mate with the female.
He basically just said he wants to fuck. Like that literally happened. Weird. It was great. She's like 5 feet, just 5 feet. Gotta go.
Just like, please get away from me.
While they're like telling the like the lore, also like the ground just kind of like falls beneath them. Like, and it doesn't.
The Autobots have like a hologram thing that never gets explained and never gets used again.
Same with the hacking, which was weird. Yeah, you remember the hacking at the beginning? Everything. Yeah. Remember the beginning of the film? We didn't address this very well for the beginning portion of it. But like the helicopter Decepticon motherfucker can just grab shit or just look at it and he hacks it. Like it's weird. Like he just did that with a giant like thing. Well, I think it was like he grabbed it and for some reason the cables just gripped onto his hand. He's like, I will siphon knowledge. It was a lot like that too. Just some weird ass shit. My knowledge is
power now.
Yeah.
Then Sam was like, the glasses are at my house.
Yeah.
And they're an Autobot, and then you hear the first Autobots, let's roll out, and then they go to the house.
Then we have two more time skips happen.
Is there two more? I forgot.
There's two more. One I remember because it was the military fuckboys. They got the tail.
There's so many things.
There's a lot of jumping around with different characters because they got the tail of the Scorpion robot from fucking just throwing 1,000 bombs at it, and it just broke off. And then it's like random chemistry happened because like hey man, did you know like it's like you can't really burn it if it's like with the magnesium bullshit, right? Like, yeah, I think you're about right, man. I'm like, random chemistry.
Haha, chemistry, science, haha.
Just know that off the bat of their heads. Like about 10,000 like things for like magnesium burn, right? It's like about that, man. Like it was really that whole moment.
And then the tail wakes backs up, and they're like, "I thought that dude was dead. Restrain it." And then it cuts to
That's
the
wicked.
Pentagon.
Yeah, and this is where
it cuts to the Pentagon. Was that the first interrogation scene of the black guy and the girl, or is that?
Yes.
Yeah, he had a plate of donuts and he
And he
ate
just ate it
all
all.
of them because haha, fat man, funny.
Which
eating
I also
personality
noticed
traits.
this. I noticed this. There's a bit of like because they're in this room for a while, but at one point we go back into the room later, and there's a like Alka-Seltzer and Pepto-Bismol.
Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah,
That's
as
later.
if-
That's spoilers.
No, it's not spoilers. It's just saying like I just like that little detail that they added into it of like when they go back into this interrogation room later, those donuts fucked him up.
His donuts fucked him up because he was stress eating donuts, and he's like, and then they come in, they're like,
No, it was a tactic. That's why he did
yeah,
it.
they were
It was a tactic. You gotta eat all the donuts. Make him think, oh, they wouldn't eat a whole plate of donuts. Watch, I'm gonna eat this whole plate of donuts. And then he breaks.
and then
He breaks within 5 seconds.
he breaks. He's like, "It wasn't me. She's the criminal. I'm just innocent here." It's just like, and she's just like, "Shut up. Stop talking." And
Yeah.
then it cuts to military man talking to the Secretary of Defense, I believe.
I
Oh, was that?
think those were
that's
the two
before-
time skips. I think now we're
I
back
don't
at
know. I
those-
think they go to
Well,
his
yeah.
house and they
Yeah. I
think-
are now looking for the glasses.
Oh
and
yes,
Clumsy
that's right. It was
motherfuckers.
house. It was house next. So they go back to the house.
This is why you
and
take
they're like,
notes, Mixeyyy.
Yeah.
Wow. Don't act like you're doing any better. I'm trying to remember this movie, even with your fancy notes.
my notes
they
are
go-
absolute. How dare.
They go back to the house there, and he apparently right before he gets to the house, the mom and dad are like watching the news, and he's like, you got to ground him, right? He's gonna be late." Like, yeah.
And that was like that's the
It's
moment
just
that you learn that relationship's gonna like die in like a couple years. Like they're gonna get divorced because Jesus fuck.
Yeah, we love
Yo.
abusive parents, dude.
Yeah.
He runs through the grass. Dad's like, no. He tells the Autobots, stay like they're fucking dogs. Don't move.
Yeah, and they
Give me
move.
5 minutes.
And they
And
don't.
then he runs over there. He's like da 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 da. And you just sees Optimus in the background, like lumbering ass, just stand up.
He
It's just
destroys a
like,
fucking
here
fountain,
goes.
destroys a rose
Yeah.
bush. I'm like, these clumsy bitches. Like, goddamn.
They're like 30 feet high. Give them a break.
Use their
He told them
tiptoes.
not to move.
Yeah. Use their fucking
Would you-
tiptoes, man. Like, come
Would
on.
you listen to Tiny Monkey Man if you are a giant robot?
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
one got threatened by a fucking, like, by Mojo, because I remember that happened. Like, during this whole scene, there's so
Mojo
much.
peed on him.
Yeah, there's a
Mojo
lot
peed
to
on him.
unpack in this little moment. Like, it was.
Well, it's like it's a bad moment because the Autobots come in and they're like trying to be like sneaky like ninjas, trying to
Yeah.
like dodge the parents. Like it's so bad, and all they're trying to do is find the glasses, and the whole time the Autobots are being sneaky. Shia LaBeouf is getting yelled at by his parents, saying, "What are you doing? Why was your door locked? Why are you? Who are you talking to? All these
Are
different.
you
things." And then the mom's like,
masturbating?
were you masturbating?
Was that.
Yeah, the dad was like, "You don't ask that. That's a father and son
Something.
thing."
Oh my god.
She's like, "Oh, I could call it something else. Like
Sam's happy
Like
time.
Sam's happy time. It's just like why? There was no reason for this scene to be involved.
Yeah, and then
And
it goes
then-
even further. Like, oh.
Yeah. And then it turns into fucking Megan Fox, who's hiding behind some bookshelves, comes out and is just like, "Hi, I'm here." And the mom was like, "Good job, son. She's pretty."
She's pretty, and the dad fist
"Aw,
bumps
yeah,
him.
good job." And then they get arrested.
Yeah, this all happens. The Autobots. By the way, also the
there's
Autobots were
fi-
stupid. Like we gotta notice, they gotta say, but they like go disguise, go hide. They just become cars. They just become the
Yeah.
cars in the middle of the
This
lawn.
isn't a parking garage. It's not a truck like, stop.
It's
This
just
is
bit
my
after bit.
backyard.
It's bit after bit,
Um,
and then we finally
yeah.
get into like getting the story going
They finally
again.
grabbed the glasses. They found it because they're like, "Have you seen my backpack? Oh, it's downstairs."
Yeah,
And
like
he grabs the glasses. He's like, "Oh, thank God, we can finally give this to them." And then you see military cars pull up, and the
yeah.
military man opens up the little mail slot and looks through, and then bangs on door. And he's like, and then Dad's like, "How can I help you?" He's like, "What is the fucking line?" He says some bullshit. He's like, "Is everybody home? Can I come in?" And then he just steps inside, like,
Oh,
when he's
yeah.
asking,
Can I come in?
Like,
But I'm
"Oh,
gonna do it anyways. Like,
Yeah,
I'm already in
100%.
your house.
yeah, I'm already in your house." It's such a weird scene. He's just
Doesn't
like,
the mom
they
get a
start-
bat or something?
Yeah, she's
yeah,
like,
she does,
they're fucking with my
'cause they're ripping up-
flowers.
yeah, they're ripping up her rose bushes and shit. It's just like, don't let them rip up one more rose bush. Watch what happens. It's just like, it's like
She was about to
ghetto
square
with her
up on some
fucking baseball
bitches.
bat. It's just so stupid. And then Sam's like, whoa, what's happening? And then the military's like, are you Sam? Yes, come with us. And then the dad's like, I wish you would.
Yeah, like, I will stop them.
Like
Fucking balding fat man. Like, yeah, this is gonna stop them. And like they're doing radiation, like at the same time they're inspecting the entire situation, and like one guy found some radiation on the bushes or some shit, and it's like, I believe there's direct contact on the main dude, which if you don't know who the main dude is the same guy that did like Jesus in The Big Lebowski, which is like the only role I can think of.
To you, nobody will remember that movie.
How dare you? Where my
I don't even know what that is.
All right, we're adding that to the list now. God damn it. Where's my movie buffs at? Y'all know who the fuck I'm talking about.
His name is John Turturro. I'm not gonna attempt to say
yeah,
that name.
he's a
John
cool actor,
Turturro.
which also, fun fact, this is a bit of a spoiler. I don't give a fuck. He's a character that recurs in the next 4 movies, like somehow.
He does. He's always there. He's always in the
Indeed.
movies.
And like when the guy's like, "Oh, direct contact," he grabs the radiation thing, the head of this people, and just radiates the motherfucker. I don't know, like scans him for radiation. He's like, "Yep, 14 rands, bag 'em and tag 'em," and just fucking left.
Yeah,
Just arrested
he's
everybody.
like taking the family. Dog's on a leash. Mom's cut. He's like, if you even hurt my dog, I'll kill you.
Yeah, do not hurt the dog. He is baby Chihuahua. Do not. He already have a broken leg.
he has broken leg. Then they get kidnapped. Basically, I don't think a time skip happens here.
No, this is
I
an
don't think-
entire
it's-
moment still.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
whole
this is-
scene that actually happens. I know it's crazy.
It's concurrent.
I think they were trying to like get
Information out of him, right?
information out of him, and he's like,
Yeah.
basically, this is a do whatever I want and get away with it badge. So,
And then me and Bree were like, ha ha ha, police brutality.
police brutality. And he's like, what do you guys know about aliens? And they're like, what, like E.T.?
Yeah.
Urban legend.
And then the guy was like, "Oh, here's my car. Didn't you call in for a missing car report?" He's like, "Oh, my car came back." And then he gets
But not
muzzed
like,
arm,
you know, came
"It didn't
back.
come back. Yeah, like somebody,
Someone
somebody
like, you
drove
know,
it back.
yeah, it doesn't just like,
person.
yeah. And then he's like,
First of
is this your
all-
recording? Is this your recording on your phone or some bullshit like that?
Yeah,
Yeah, and just
And it's just-
exposing, trying to get information.
yeah. Try to get as much information as possible, and then I think then the car gets kicked.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
And then
you're
the car
missing the
gets
best part. It got
I'm missing the best-
pedophilia
Oh,
in
fuck,
there.
I forgot.
Yeah,
I forgot. The
dude.
juvie record.
Yeah.
The
The
juvie
guy,
record. and
whatever he is. What is he like?
He's like an
uh,
FBI agent
Sector
or
7.
something.
Just call him Sector 7, dude.
Sector 7, whatever. He turns around and looks at the girl. I forgot what he says though.
He says, did you know that she has a record? And she was like,
Oh
"Shut
yeah,
up,"
he goes,
and then-
criminals are hot. He
Yeah.
goes, criminals
Yeah,
are
yeah,
hot.
she's
He
a
looks
criminal.
directly at this girl that is
He, like-
supposed to be a high school girl.
he looks her up and down too. Like,
Ugh.
I was like, what?
He's like, this girl has a record. She took the rap for whatever, and then she's like, criminals are hot, and he looks directly at her, and even Bree and Nate are like, what?
Yeah, dude. Like, even if the fact that like she's an adult cast as a teenager, the fact that like in this world she is supposed to be a high school student, do not do that.
It's still weird. Yeah, it's so
his
fucking
skull,
weird, man.
please.
And they do enjoy.
And it was
crushing
like,
skulls.
and then it was just got weird too when he like also like when Baby Buff learns about the criminal record, like, what? The girl I like is a criminal? Oh, like he got all fucking upset about it. I'm like, what the
yeah,
fuck?
it's very
Why?
creepy, very weird.
Who fucking cares?
Very 2007.
Yeah,
It was
it's
very
like
2007.
very
Ugh,
much. And that's when the
gross.
car got
and
kicked eventually, right?
That's when the car gets kicked. Yes,
Yeah.
Optimus fucking kicks the car, and then like picks it up, starts shaking it like they're babies, and then the top breaks off,
Yeah.
and then spotlight comes off, and you see Optimus standing in front of them, and the humans are like, oh,
but they're not
Oh.
shooken by it. Optimus like points that out. It's like, you don't seem to be like frightened or nothing. It's like, well, we can't say why we can't say. So like that's all we can say. Like
We're not legally allowed to talk to you.
he looks at it, he's like, I can only tell you that I can't communicate with you. I'm like, you know, as a giant robot, right?
yeah, like
If
you just
wanted
like
to, he could just
Laws do
pinch
not
you.
apply to this fella. Like,
honestly. And
It's just like, okay. And then the rest of the Autobot squads comes out, and they're like, get out the cars. They're still pointing their guns at the Autobots. Jazz is like, give me those, and then the weapons go to Jazz.
yeah, with the roof ripped off and everything on the car. Got a new sunroof. And I don't know what promoted it, but like Bumblebee just pisses on the guy.
Okay. Yeah, so what promoted it was that the guy was being a little shit, and Bumblebee was having none of that. It was like, remember your place, little shit. It just pops his top and he's on him. That's what that was, because the dude was being a little cunt.
Yeah.
It's just like,
yeah.
because he was trying to be like, I'm better than you and all the blah blah blah, even though he's tiny human against big robot. And Bumblebee was like, okay, bitch.
He just like pops his fucking like oil filter off, which like lands on his head and then pisses on the motherfucker. Just like, stop lubricating him, Bumblebee. Like, what the fuck?
that was a weird way to say that, huh?
Yep. And I think about at this point, I haven't like been tallying up like where we have, but we've actually checked the time a few times. We're about an hour and 24 in the movie, I think, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Like, I think around there, yeah.
Yeah. There's still another half hour of bullshit.
And
Like,
it's like, ugh. No, an hour, and it's
which, by the way,
yeah, I believe this is about an hour.
Yeah, because you called it, and I love that you called it because you called it so fucking well. It was like, what was it about? Like about a certain point.
It takes about 50% of the movie before the robots actually start happening.
Yeah, and then they've been starting to come out a little bit more, like a little bit ago. Like it's like just such a good call out.
More. Well, that's actually, Nathan. That's not a call out. That's every one of the movies. That's every either 50% or it takes either 50% or about 60% before the robots start happening. It's usually maybe one or two, and then once that number hits, then all of them show up. That's how it always is in every one of the movies. It's poorly made at best.
Yeah. And then like was like, I have like written down, oh shit, humans almost die from Sneaky Prime. That's right. So
this is a great note. That's wonderful.
I remember because like when all that happened, like, you know, take the guns, they did the talk, like what the fuck's going on here and shit like that. And they tie him up, like, right? They tie him up to like so they can go escape. And like, fun fact, one of the FBI agents is like the janitor from A Sweet Life with Zach and Cody from those shows. I don't know why I still know that, but I do. And he's like, "Don't worry, I was recording it. It's on speaker." And like, is that such a feature on a
Everybody
phone
heard
now?
it.
Everybody heard it.
It's like, wow, you're so cool.
The funny thing is that was a Nokia he was using, and I was just laughing because I'm like, I don't think Nokia's had speakerphone like that.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god. It's like a lot of moments like that also makes you feel old when they point it out and shit like that. I'm like, you don't need to point that out, but okay.
Yeah.
And then like FBI comes.
The squad shows up, yeah.
Yeah, and they
The
come.
Sector 7 squad.
Yeah, and everyone else goes into car mode. Except for Prime for some reason. I don't know why he didn't, because like that would have worked still. Like everyone else is effective. He could have done the same thing, but no, he's got to run on foot. He's got to run on foot with the humans.
Why?
He's got to be special.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. He has. They have to have the moment of something bad happening. So
yes.
Prime's running away with the two humans on his shoulders because the humans couldn't have gotten into like the fast cars. No, they had to sit on Optimus' shoulders, running, dodging and weaving, trying to get out of traffic with the humans on his shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
And then he hides underneath the bridge.
Yeah.
Like parkour.
Like ninja man.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's where, oh shit, humans almost die from Sneaky Prime.
Yeah.
So,
because you see Bumblebee appear out of nowhere. For some reason, he appears.
Yeah.
He sensed something bad's about to happen.
Yeah.
And then humans are like, oh no, I'm slipping. Oh no, we both fall. Oh no. Bumblebee catches humans.
Yeah, he catches them.
It's cool and all. And glasses. Remember the glasses? Yeah, they fall out of Sam's pocket and was perfect. Pristine condition.
Pristine, did not break at all.
Absolutely perfect. No, like nothing wrong with it. Nope. Absolutely usable for later in the movie.
Absolutely, does not break. It's not like they're like 100 years old.
Nobody stepped on it. Nobody fucking drove over it. It was perfect.
Yeah. And I want to say this whole moment that happens next, right? Because this is what caused them to get caught. Basically, because I blame it on Prime have to be special sneaky boy. But like honestly, like you could also just say it's the humans' fault. They should have gripped harder because Bumblebee had to save them. Because at this point, the FBI were like Sector 7 or whatever. I keep saying FBI because they're basically FBI.
Whatever they are.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They come in and like rope down Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Start freezing them with like liquid nitrogen. And like, this is racist. And
yeah, police brutality applies to aliens too, dude. Like, it doesn't know 100%. Exception. Yeah. I felt so bad for Bumblebee. He's a little baby. He doesn't want to fight them. He could easily kill all of them.
Bumblebee wasn't fighting back. He was whimpering. He was basically crying. He's like, please stop. I'm not trying to hurt you.
Sad.
Yeah.
And then if dude's like, see, I always get my way. It's just like some stupid bullshit. The two humans get taken. Bumblebee gets like sedated all the way. The other Autobots come by and was like, are we not gonna do anything? Are we just gonna let them take Bumblebee like this? And Optimus is like, yeah, we are. We gotta worry about the Allspark. Bumblebee was a good soldier.
He was good.
Fuck him. We got shit to do.
He's gonna die out there. We gotta get him. It's like, well, he's gonna die without a cause if we don't go do it. It's like, what? Like, go get him.
And I want to point out. I want to point out this whole moment, like before, like tying up the FBI agents. They are all handcuffed against to like a pole, and the one chick made the head guy strip down. Which, by the way, he had a shirt that had like the Superman logo with S7 on it, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is just weird. Underneath his actual clothes, they made that whole scene like off, like just no reason to it. Like it, like when you do scenes like that, you gotta have it be like, this is like my big movie critique for this whole movie. It's like when you do something like that, it has to be like the lasting thing to make it feel satisfying. And they just made it pointless when they got caught 3 seconds later.
Yeah.
And it's such a grand, it went from a grand like, haha, fuck you, loser, like
yeah, like
L on
they
forehead
were like
to
so confident, dude, that they were like, haha, give me your badge, give me all of this. Like take off all your clothes. We win. And then like 3 seconds later, he's
they
like,
got caught.
see, I told you. What'd I say? Like
That's
what
my
was the
biggest
point?
movie critique, because there's like no point to it. You do that shit to make it last, and it makes it no reason to even have it in the film. That's my movie critique, honestly.
No, that was perfect because that's such a bad way to do it.
Oh, 100%.
And then the movie starts to speed up, I guess, after that point.
Yeah,
now it starts,
I suppose.
Now it starts like turning into more like an action movie.
Oh, we start learning more lore too, I think, don't we?
Yeah, learning more lore.
Good old morning lore.
Yeah, learning more lore. Fucking. This is where they go back to the interrogation room and like says,
yeah, I was about to say they go back to the other characters, and I think that's the last scene that they have, and like because the next time they're all together, I think.
Yeah, that's the last time they have by themselves. Yeah. They're like, let's go. We got to go show you something. And then they go pick up the military boys like, let's go. We got to go show you something.
And during this,
they take the Secretary of Defense. Hey, let's go. We got to go show you something.
Yeah, and they're getting hacked again at the same point by like different people, I think, or like they're getting hacked. Was it hacked by the Sector 7 people?
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
No, I believe they were getting hacked again by the I believe the little fuck boy, the little thing you like.
Oh, the gremlin demon.
Was still transformed in fucking Shia LaBeouf's pocket at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, that did happen, didn't he? This is why the character's most productive too, is because like he transformed into a phone and like was in the one chick's pocket to keep tabs on it. See, he's the only productive one. Like honestly, he really is. He's the only one that does anything.
All the work.
Yeah.
He did all the work. He hops out of the fucking purse bag after they all get helicoptered in. There's a scene between the two characters that were in interrogation room and Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox, and they're like, so what you in for? Oh, I bought a car. Turned out to be an alien.
Yeah, like, dude, I hate when that happens. I hate when I buy a car and it turns out to be an alien, dude. It's the worst.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's just like, damn, I didn't know it was gonna be like this. I just spent $4,000 on a car and then just having to get a fucking robot. Damn, crazy.
And like these, they have the weakest internet connection. Yeah. And this is like lore time. Yeah. This becomes lore time now because we learned that like, oh, we've known about robots since forever, basically. That's what Sector 7's all about it. They're on the Mars.
1913?
Yeah.
I think it was since 1913.
Yeah, they were on Mars. Like, they think like that's where they came from. But like, dude, that's a vacation spot. Fuck off. Like
yeah, they're like, we have to show you something, sir. And he's like, this is what's happening. Then they all meet up at Hoover Dam. They're like, all right, we're gonna, since you all have some sort of part, hold on. I'm trying to hold it back. They all had something important that has to be done because they've all had they've all been a part of this story somehow that has to do with the giant robots. So they're like, since you all have been a part of this somehow or been exposed to these robots, we have to show you this, which they don't have to, but whatever. They show them the giant, they show him Megatron. Megatron is like frozen in a block of ice underneath Hoover Dam. And they're like, this is NB1, and Shia LaBeouf's being a little cocky prick saying it's called Megatron. That's what they call him.
That's what it's called, Megatron.
It's called Megatron.
Culture swine.
They're like, we call him NB1, and they're like, they call them Megatron. And then he explains the story of why the Autobots and Decepticons are here. They're like, oh, they're after this thing called the Allspark. My grandfather saw it or whatever.
Yeah, and this motherfucker thinks he's like the fucking expert of like Transformers and all bullshit. It's like, bitch, you just learned this like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, he did. And then at that time, the little gremlin is off doing hacker bullshit.
The most productive motherfucker.
Megatron.
Yeah.
And he sees Megatron. He's like, yo, dog, Megatron? Yo. And then he informs Megatron's second in command, Starscream, like, yo, Megatron's here. Yo. This shit's starting.
Uh-oh.
The humans go see the Allspark
Yeah, and like
at the
figured
top.
out that it makes robots, and they did a little test, and
Yeah,
the guy had like a
they go.
mini
Yeah,
gun dick
they
and
go
all
see
that.
Allspark. Yeah, and then they go see the Allspark, and then they's like, we need Bumble. What? No, we. And then we went to go get a test on how the
Yeah.
Allspark worked, and it was a BlackBerry ad at this point. They
Yep.
threw the BlackBerry in the machine. They're like, check this shit out, and then the BlackBerry turned into a robot as well. There's a tiny one with a little dick, little Angie with a dick minigun,
Yeah,
just
he
trying to break
did,
his way through the
man.
glass.
And they were like, oh no, he's trying to escape, and then they like hit a button that immediately killed
Zapped
him.
it. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Immediately kills it, and then Shia LaBeouf's like, we need Bumblebee. We need him to, because he will know
I
what to
need
do
my
with the
car.
Allspark.
Which, by the way, he like totally sees his car as a slave. Can I just bring that out? He kept saying, like, you know,
He
he's
said, I
art.
bought him.
I bought him.
Yeah,
He
I
said that.
bought him.
He's like,
Okay.
Oh, I skipped the part. So he's like, before he's like, I need my car. Fucking Starscream blows shit up. Shit's shaking.
yeah.
And they're all like gearing up for war and shit because they all decided to go run over to war. And then he runs over to Sector 7, goes like, I need my car. My car will know what to do with the Allspark. Car. And he's like, I'm not giving you the car. You don't know what the fuck he's gonna do. And then it turns into the U.S. military versus the world.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah. He's like, why do you need your Camaro? It's like, cause he's an alien.
Yeah. Like, come on. Oh my.
It's like, fine, give the boy his Camaro. Like, what? It's hello. It's an alien. What do you
just comes over. Just comes over. He's like, give him the car. No, we're not giving the car. You don't have jurisdiction. And the Secretary of Defense like, give them the car. And then
it's like, do what they say, bud. Like, come on.
Do what they say. They mean business. They're not trying to lose this.
Yeah.
So
and I just hate the way they phrased it. I really do hate the way every time they talk about it, like it's not a real person. Like, I even wrote it down. Bumblebee is a slave to Baby Buff. Like, that's literally what he is.
Bumblebee is just a baby. He is just vibing. Do not to bully him like this. Treat him with respect.
They find Bumblebee getting more nitroglycerin frozen on him. And then you hear him making legitimately baby noises, like, please stop. Please stop, it hurts.
Yeah, and then like they got, Bumblebee. They got him out. He's like, I'm gonna fucking shoot y'all motherfuckers. Never mind, I'll help. I'm like, oh yeah, because he's got to calm his dad down, which is valid. Guy was getting fucking tortured. And then he like figured out how to make the fucking cube smaller to hand size, like dodgeball size.
It's like, wow, that's convenient. Because this cube was like the size of like the entire facility. It was like huge.
Yeah. It was big boy. Very big boy.
Yeah. And
then they make it small size. Bumblebee like pockets it. They're like, okay, we need to go. They suit up. Bumblebee transforms. The humans jump in. The Marines jump in their cars. Megatron wakes up. Megatron starts waking up and breaking shit. And it's like starts blowing shit up.
Yeah, and this becomes now the most destructive. Like, I think we're about to head into what's going to become the most destructive game of Keep Away ever. Yeah. And like with little shit details, that don't really matter. It's like, I don't know how far we're into the movie, but this like last stretch doesn't have a lot of.
This is almost done. This is almost done.
Doesn't have a lot of things.
By this point in the movie, it's just action. You don't really know what's happening. Action.
Yeah, like
and then the line that I love so much is said. So remember how I said they are at the Hoover Dam?
Yes,
that is the most.
Yes,
they're at the Hoover Dam. They say 22 miles away is Mission City. So Mission City is not a real city, by the way. Unless it's somewhere on the East Coast or somewhere else. There might be a Mission City somewhere, but not by the Hoover Dam. There ain't no fucking Mission City. And they're like, Mission City is 22 miles away. We have to go there to go get like a rendezvous for the boy with the cube. And 22 miles away from the Hoover Dam, give or take, is fucking Las Vegas. There's no
but they
Mission
can't
City.
say it.
Because it's
But they can't
trademarked.
say
If you're
Las
gonna
Vegas.
do that, like just make up a new world. Like it's the dam is real. We know that it's real.
Yeah.
But you're just gonna take that and be like, that actually belongs to like a different area. This isn't like
Different location.
yeah, but it's like just you could be a little creative. You can be a little more creative with it. And
Yeah.
they said that the dam was built to keep in the cube and
cube and
the
Megatron.
Oh my
yeah,
god, just like
Megatron.
stupid
The
lore.
dam was
Like,
created to
specifically.
protect the shit, and it's just like it's so stupid. I'm just like, guys, don't just
Yeah, we
like,
built the dam
rewrite
to protect
history like
this big cube and this big robot. Definitely not because water.
Yeah, because waterfall. So they're like, we got to go to Mission City. Bumblebee rolls out, the Marines rolls out. Megatron starts waking up and blowing shit up.
Yeah,
Then you
like I
get to
said,
the cutscenes of all of both sides of the armies coming together to fight it out, basically.
and it becomes
Megatron,
the keep away
Oh.
game. That's literally what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. The first death occurs with Optimus Prime and a Decepticon called Bone Crusher, who Bone Crusher is just like an asshole, just transforms, blowing shit up for no reason, just like haha, fucking arm checks a fucking arm checks a school bus, I think.
Yeah. So he has flames on
There
his
was a
legs.
tour
Like, I'm a
bus.
badass.
Yeah, so you can have Flames, Optimus, and him fight. They literally jump off a highway called the fucking Spaghetti Bowl in Vegas.
Yeah.
But they can't say Vegas, and then they roll off. Optimus kills him, while the other squad still's rolling towards the middle of the city. And then we start, and then this is the part where Bree's like, I know this. This is New York.
Yeah, they're literally they've somehow they're in New York City now. That's where they are. Like we love whatever. And they like pan past the building, and I made like them rewind it because again, we're not naming cities. These cities aren't real, they're just random, fake cities. That's definitely not New York City. There is a building called KPMG where my dad used to work in New York City. And I'm like, that is New York City. My dad would work in that building right there.
The building right behind that building, the KPGM building, is a fucking Wells Fargo building.
Yeah.
The W
Ellis.
is missing.
Yeah.
So it's Ellis Fargo. It's just like, there's so much product placement already. Are you saying you couldn't spring the extra $10 to
Yeah.
put that W in there?
This
No, they have to cut it out. It's not Wells Fargo. It's Ellis Fargo. You guys don't
Totally
you can't
different.
confuse it.
Oh my god, it's
I
just
love
so
this
bad
last part,
this,
man. Because we just
Yeah,
kept
this last part-
noticing shit. We
this
just kept
last part is
noticing.
fight. It's just
Yeah,
fight,
nothing
fight,
happens.
fight,
It's
fight.
just action fighting.
Yeah, not
fighting
until
and
really
action.
the end. Like, Jesus.
But while that fighting is happening, it's just like product placement.
Yeah.
Oh,
product
yeah.
placement.
We'll get
I
into
got-
that.
Fucking ripped in half. Product placement.
Yeah. I got so bored with like the action. I started zoning out, and I was like, "Hey, look at those license plates. Those are New York's old license plates, dude. Like, I remember when they had to change those because they found out that the Statue of Liberty is actually in New Jersey waters and not actually New York waters. So now we have really ugly yellow license plates." I'm like, "Hey, I know that store. Hey, that's a bodega. Hey," I'm like not even paying attention to the movie anymore because it's just action.
Is that a
action.
Payless?
Yeah, it's a Payless.
Is that a Payless?
I was like, Payless was in business. Wow.
It was just so bad because like you just see all the different robots fighting, but in the background, I'm like, is that a product placement back there? Yeah, that's a product placement. Somebody got paid.
Yeah.
So
We're going to get to the two best ones, but like right before I think a lot of the good, like noticing shit happens, I got pissed off at something. I hated this happen. Like the way they did this character so fucking dirty. The most productive motherfucker in this entire movie.
Yes. So
Fucking frenzy.
So they're over here. They're over here trying to set up a airstrike on the Mission City area so they can help out there, or like a squadron of Blackhawks to escort the child with the cube. And the whole time they're trying to do that, they had to barricade the doors. These are the characters inside that room. It's the fucking Sector 7 guy, the Secretary of Defense, and the two hackers. The lady the hot lady hacker, and then the fat black man hacker. And they're
Yeah.
Yes, character
That's
traits.
their
We love
roles.
them.
That's all their
Literally, though.
roles. They are over here trying to get the Blackhawks happening. Secretary of Defense is being a badass, broke a thing, is like, load this shotgun for me. Bam, trying to shoot the fucking Frenzy guys. Frenzy eventually breaks into the room. He's throwing shurikens because where the fuck shurikens came from, but he has them.
His CD slot.
And then he throws another one, and everybody sees it, dodges it a bit. It ricochets off something metal. It ricochets something else metal, and then it ricochets one more time into his fucking head.
I'm
Into
pissed.
Frenzy's head.
And he
I'm pissed.
dies.
This makes no
he
sense.
accidentally kills himself.
This makes no
The
sense.
character is gone now.
No, it makes no sense. The guy is the only one useful. He's ninjaing around and everything. You think you cannot put a moment of like, oh, he's going to be smart about this. No, they got to give him like, you had one job. I'm like, this bitch
Dumb
had
little
multiple
demon.
jobs. He did just
Stinky
fine.
little demon.
Oh, I was pissed.
Yeah.
He's the only
It was so
reason
stupid.
anything is happening because he got the information that the enemies and everyone needed to get to where they are. But no, he kills himself. I was pissed. It's like, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Did that motherfucker dirty.
Then
Anyway.
during the fight of Mission City,
Two greatest product
They-
placements, man.
before that,
Oh,
I gotta talk about the Bumblebee thing.
oh my God. Yes, I know what you're talking about.
They're just. I gotta talk about the Bumblebee and Jazz thing. So what happens is that the first scene is like they see an I think they see a fighter jet flying around. They're like, oh, that's one of our boards. That's one of the militaries. And it turns out, oh no, it happens to be a Decepticon named Starscream. Starscream comes by, you see fucking Ironhide, one of the Autobots, and Bumblebee were like, yo, that's Starscream. Let's go try to stop him. Fucking Ironhide and Bumblebee pick up a bus to stop the missiles from exploding on the humans.
Yeah, just be like that.
Yeah.
The bus blows the fuck up. Ironhide gets flown, Bumblebee gets flown, and then you see a fucking camera shot of Megan Fox with no dust on her, no
Yep.
debris,
Yeah, like she's
no
immune
cuts.
to like
Immune to
dirt and
everything.
debris, but then it pans over to Sam and he's like completely filthy, and it's like
Yeah.
it's not even like he was
Filthy, has
covering
a
her or
cut
anything.
across
Like
his head.
they're just yeah. Like what?
And then you look back and then you see Bumblebee, and my man doesn't have legs anymore.
Yeah,
He
dude.
cut my
Yeah,
man's
it got
leg
morbid as
off.
fuck.
Yeah, and then we learn that Sam is also ableist, and he's like, "Oh my god, Bumblebee, come on, get up, Bumblebee!" And we're just like, "He doesn't have legs. What do you mean? How is he gonna get up?" That's like if you went to someone in a wheelchair and like, "Come on, you could do get up, come on, I believe in you, you can do it." No,
Everybody's just like, what happens now? And then fucking Megatron appears, and while
That's what
Megatron fighting against Jazz, and Sam is over here, Shia LaBeouf is over here like, Bumblebee, get up. Megan Fox is like, yo, I'm gonna go get a tow truck and help B out.
yeah,
I'll be your wheelchair. I got you.
Yes, I'll be your wheelchair. So fucking I hate this scene so much because it looks so bad because you see fucking Bumblebee crawling, crawling like the army crawling.
Yeah.
Sam
Sam is like in a weird position on the ground as well. It looked like he's about to.
He's just sitting there, and then Bumblebee's crawling towards him. Like, why are you making him crawl more?
Yeah. It was such a weird position for him to be in too. He just sits on a rock and he looks like he's sitting there waiting for like someone to come and suck his dick, like in a seductive way. Like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah. And then then Bumblebee was like, Sam, take the fucking cube and go do whatever with it. Doesn't really matter.
yeah, and
They
then
Keep away.
It doesn't matter at all.
yeah,
Fucking
Then
Megan
the product
Fox
placements, right?
toes Bumblebee to out of the danger. Then there's a fight ensuing of Ironhide and whatever, and Ratchet are like, we'll protect you, Sam, while you go up to the building to go give it to the people. And then they get fucking bodied. Jazz tries to fight Megatron while Jazz is like, let's say 10 feet tall and Megatron's like 20.
Yeah.
Megatron just picks Jazz up and then rips him in half.
yeah.
You're like, damn.
God damn, yeah.
Damn, okay. Optimus finally appears, starts fighting against Megatron, gets bodied. Um, Sam's running up a building while Megatron's like taunting him, saying, "I'm gonna get you, boy." Haha.
Yeah, well, I think there was like an army dude, and he like went up to Sam, and he was like, "Hey, you're part of the army now. You're one of us. You're in the army." And I'm like, "What? What? No, he's not. Don't do that.
Yeah.
No, that's how that works.
Trick him. Don't trick him into joining the army. He's
He
just
got
surviving."
recruited on site. He got recruited on site. He's like, "You're in the army now, boy."
Yeah, you got recruited.
So climb up that building and go give this to the other soldiers. And, he gets to the top of the building. He's like, "Here, take the cube to this helicopter that's supposed to come by." And then Starscream blows up the helicopter. Megatron busts through the fucking building and was like, "Yo, dog, I'm here now.
What's up?
What's up?"
I'm here for something.
Shia LaBeouf gets put onto like a fucking ledge. Megatron could have easily killed him,
But
Oh,
he
yeah.
chose to slap the statue
he decided
and
to
make him
break.
fall
he
where he
decided to
could get
break the
caught.
building.
It's PG-13. We can't have it happen.
He could, if this wasn't PG-13, if it was rated R, he would have been paced.
Yep.
But he decided not to go like that. He falls off because Megatron breaks the statue, lands on top of Optimus because Optimus just happened to be hanging there saying, "I'll catch you." Optimus goes back and forth. Megatron jumps on Optimus, and then the Allspark lands on the ground. When the Allspark lands on the ground, no, he was still being caught. But when Saya gets off of Optimus and then runs into a truck and then falls onto the ground,
Yes.
that's when the
It's very
placement
detailed.
starts.
Yeah, I just remember Optimus Prime being like, "It's okay, you can kill me." Like,
Yeah, he was weirdly
give
suicidal.
me the cube and let me
Yeah.
die. And I'm like, that wouldn't even
Yeah.
solve any of the problems because the villain would still be there and like angry, and we would have one less robot now. And he would still be mad.
Yeah.
He,
Oh,
like,
100%.
Optimus straight up says like this: "If I lose this fight against Megatron, kill me with the Allspark, and
Yeah.
it'll be okay." It was
That'll
just figure
solve it
itself
all.
out. Shia starts running, hits the truck, falls, hits the ground with the cube, gets back up and runs away.
And the three greatest product
aftermath-
placements, man.
And then the three product
Oh my
placements
God.
happened. The first product placement was a Cadillac. The Cadillac, because the cube has the power to just make Transformers. So the Cadillac turns into a Transformer and the fucking airbag jumps out and just attacks this lady's face.
Like a fucking face hugger from Aliens or some shit.
Yeah. The next one is the fucking
scary.
Xbox.
Yeah.
The Xbox 360. Xbox 360 busts out of the box and starts attacking the fucking owner. And then my favorite, the fucking Mountain
yeah,
Dew
dude.
Vending machine.
fucking
Oh my
vending
god.
machine. Oh my god. It just comes out, transforms, and then it starts shooting Mountain Dew cans at people. At
Which, by the way, none of them got like destroyed. No one did
no.
anything about it. Like that bitch died with the fucking like steering wheel
Oh, yeah.
Cadillac thing.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
died.
They only cared about Megatron. I'm not realizing like they didn't like nothing. All the other ones were like, hey, the movie's not about us.
Nope.
Nope. Not at all.
There's so many plot holes,
Not-
dude.
Then they cut away from that. Fucking Sam's still running. Then it turns into the army moment where they're like, "We got to do it for the military."
Military.
Military. Woo, woo, woo. So
Woo.
Optimus and Megatron are fighting. The fucking Black Hawk from earlier, the helicopter from earlier, transforms and is like spinning his blade super slowly towards Megatron and Optimus fighting. Just leisurely walking towards them, I must
Yeah.
say. It's like a light saunter towards the fight. And they're like, "Oh, this is our chance to blow him up." And they're just like trying to like position missiles towards him.
And they fuck it
And it's
up.
like, oh,
The guy
they
fucks it
fuck it
up.
up so bad. They fuck it up so bad. But they're smart. They know where to aim, so they shoot the fucking jet missiles at them. And then John Dumal is his name. Josh Dumal. He has to have his hero moment.
Yeah.
He's Captain America. He gets on a motorcycle, rides towards the fucking giant robot, slides off the motorcycle, screaming "ha ha 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 ha!"
And shot the
shooting a
motherfucker in the
grenade.
dick. Like-
Shooting grenade launchers at the robot's dick.
Yeah, and like,
Which
how
is
the hell did he
screaming.
slide that far too? Like,
That
he must have
doesn't make
like
sense,
put like
because
all.
that's friction does not work like that.
Yeah, he
first of
put,
all.
like-
no, it's
He would've
Apex. He's just
stopped.
playing Apex, dude.
Oh, that's right. I thought maybe he like. That makes sense. I thought maybe he just had like a bottle of lube and he just sprayed his entire back with it. It's like, wee!
It makes no sense how he was just sliding so far because he was going.
Yeah.
He was zooming. Then I think there's still Optimus is getting his ass beat. Megatron's also being tired,
Yeah, which
and then it didn't make sense that fucking fight because
it may I had
Optimus was getting
questions.
his ass whooped.
Yeah. And like just because like
Um,
these movies matter more, like are we getting towards the end? Like this is the ending now, right?
This is
yeah,
ending, yes.
basically
Yeah.
the end.
So of course, since like these movies, they have to be more about the humans than like the monsters
Oh my
or the
God,
robots.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking Baby Buff saves the day. Like he ends it.
Baby
He
Buff
ends
saves
it
the
all by like not listening. He's like, "Ha, fuck you. I'm a rebel,"
Yeah.
and does the Allspark
Optim-
thing. He
Yeah,
wanted
Optimus is screaming, "Put the Allspark in my chest."
kill me.
Baby Buff is
Fucking
like,
kill
"No."
me. He's like, "No, fuck
No,
you,"
I
and does
won't.
it to Megatron.
No. Yeah, he puts it in Megatron, and then Megatron like falls and like dies a little bit, and
Just
yeah,
a little
and-
bit.
just a little bit. He just dies, yeah, and
little
that's
bit
it.
dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. I mean, it was that
Optimus
easy.
is like, "I am forever in your debt. We all are. You've saved us. You saved your planet."
Yeah.
And then he comes over and then he picks out like the tiny piece of Allspark. He's like, "This shall reborn our people."
And that's
Um,
and then they like with the dead bodies, they just dumped it in the deepest part of the entire fucking ocean and just called it that.
Yeah.
They like dusted off their
Pollution.
hands.
Yeah. So
And they
so
said
what
no.
happens is that you hear Optimus in the background sending a message to the other Autobots in the air, and he's like, "Autobots, we have found a new home that we can live here peacefully with the humans. They will protect us," and all this blah 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 bullshit. And while
Linkin
that's
Park
happening,
plays.
Linkin Park's still playing, and while all that's happening, you hear
Which
it in
we
the
thought was the
background. I mean,
Muse the whole time. He's
There
like,
is a
yeah,
Muse-
the Muse did
I'm
a lot of the
sorry.
song of this.
there is a Muse song in there that I completely forgot
I know,
about.
but I thought it was funny
But,
because like the entire film, we just thought, yeah, I believed you. I was like, the Muse is doing a lot of the music, and then the music played. I'm like, wait a minute.
Is this- fucking they were like then the humans were like, "We're gonna dump the dead Decepticons
Yeah,
into the ocean because that works."
yeah,
Like-
that's gonna eradicate all our
Definitely
problems.
not,
Just dust off
You
our
know,
hands.
bad or
Yeah, to the Laurentian abyss. That's where they went,
Yes, which I've
and then it
only
cuts,
heard of in that movie.
Yeah, it's a real place. It's just
Arr.
whatever. And then it cuts to Sam and Megan Fox. I say Sam, but Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox kissing because it's a romantic relationship now
Yeah,
after
and then-
death-defying bullshit.
And then all the surviving Autobots are just hanging out watching them like creepers. And that was the whole speech with the whole thing. Like, we have a place of home. Maybe it's some.
Yeah.
And then he said the line somehow in this whole stupid speech of like, more than it meets the eye. Like, he said
yeah,
it.
exactly.
Uh-huh,
He said the
said it.
line.
He said the
He
thing.
said the line. He said that thing.
Yeah.
And
And that's basically the
then
end, wasn't it?
that's the end of the movie. Yes.
Yeah.
And then there was a mid-credit scene
We don't.
of
They were
Starscream going to
interviewing
space.
the
Oh.
parents.
The parents. I forgot about that scene. Nobody cares
Yeah.
about that scene.
Yeah.
But I
It
got to
was
see
funny,
the doggy
yeah.
again, so I cared.
You did it.
I also
This-
thought it was
that-
funny
that-
that they were like, haha, trust your government. America has no secrets. Wink.
Wink.
America has no secrets. They would tell us to duck and
Yeah, they
cover
would
if
tell us
something big like
everything,
this
dude.
happened.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But
And then
there's that.
Starscream
Then
left.
there's the
That
mid-credit
was
scene
it.
of Starscream going to space, which sets up a second movie, which it did. Like,
Yeah. There's
At
like
the
6
time,
of
they didn't
these.
know they were going to get a second movie. So
Yeah. That's that
And
fucking
that's-
movie, by the way. And like we said it just
So-
short enough. We said the entire movie just short enough for the whole like the length of that movie. So there you go.
Yeah.
You don't need to watch it now.
Now- So quick things. It surprisingly the animation quality
Yeah.
for the robots surprisingly holds up very
It
well.
does.
Since the movie came out, I think it was finished in 2006, came out in 2007. It surprisingly holds up well. The acting has some good parts and has some bad parts, of course.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of Megan Fox. She was not needed at all.
It was the love interest for the humans, because that's half the movie,
Yeah, I
don't you
know.
know?
Mhm.
Shy. The best parts were possibly the fucking like the military captain and fucking Tyrese. Those two guys are like probably the best parts in my opinion because I love those two.
And they had
They're
like the
just
least amount of
goofballs.
screen time too.
Yeah,
Like the second to least of the
Um,
main character league.
I don't want to talk about Shia's performance because it's very scattered
Yeah.
throughout the movie. Some is
Mhm.
good, some is whiny baby man.
Whiny
His
baby.
parents were all right.
I liked the banter in the beginning, like before we got to the robots. Like it was mostly boring, but like there were some good moments, like at the house, you know, when he got in trouble for
Mhm.
walking on the lawn, or when, you know, they came in his room, and I was like, that's kind of funny. That's kind of comedy.
Yeah.
That mom and dad was real.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what it is. They were real parents.
100%.
But yeah, the biggest thing is like I was shocked by how well the animation was still holding
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, if
Overall.
anything, it was just a little blurry, but like it's an over
Yeah.
10-year-old film.
But like for how old it is and like what time, like when it was made, like yeah, it's good. But like all of the animation did go into the robots, obviously. So there are like little
Absolutely.
things where like he handed off the cube, like one of the Transformers handed off the cube to Sam, and it looked a little weird. Or like, you know, there was a point where like a person got like kicked into a car. They looked like
Yeah.
a video game character being animated. So small things
Yeah.
like that are like bad. They're like really bad and not good. But because all the budget went into the actual robot, so
The
I'm not sure
robots,
it
yeah.
really matters, because the 30-second clip of like someone getting kicked into a car, they look like you know, like a video
They look
game
like
character.
They look like
Yeah.
a rag doll from fucking Dark Souls.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And you can tell that it's like not a person, because the, you know, the animation, like the model of the person is so bad, but it's far
Yeah.
away and it's little and it's like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, so it doesn't even matter. You know, because the main part of the movie is obviously the robots, so they did a good job with that. So it, you know,
They
it's the main part of the
definitely
movie.
did.
So I would hope so.
Yeah, if the animation quality wasn't like that good, like the biggest thing is like as I said, is like it held up, which is weird because I wouldn't expect it to hold up.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
But I guess that's because that's where most of the budget went. Besides the actors, they're like, fuck it, money into money into these robots over time.
That's why they had
what
so
I'm
many
assuming.
like sponsors and like product
Yeah.
placement in the movie,
Oh,
because like
100%.
Transformers, maybe that's why, you know, only halfway into the movie they did Transformers, because like they couldn't afford to have it the whole
Full
movie.
movie.
Budget
You know what,
cuts.
you're right. That makes a lot
Yeah,
of
right?
sense.
They couldn't
It
afford
does.
to have them the whole movie. They could have made the movie shorter, but like what's the fun in that?
Gotta get all the money.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's it.
That
Do
yeah,
you guys do you want to know the budget? So
I'll be
Yes.
down. We could do
the
the
budget is
budget.
in between is 150 million to 200 million for the budget,
Hot
and
damn.
the box office was 709 million.
Hot damn.
They made
Jesus
their money
Christ.
back for
Yeah.
Yeah,
this
very well.
movie. Yeah.
So, we
I
could probably
think
do-
that's about it.
Yeah. Like, what's your guys' overall thoughts on it? Like, would you watch again? Would it be something you'd be like, ah, yes, this movie?
I want yours two opinions before I say mine.
Bree,
So
you may
Bree
go.
first, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't think I would watch it again. I think it's the kind of movie where it's like you're like going through channels, and if it like it happens to be on, you know,
Mhm.
I'll leave it while I'm doing something else, but I won't actively watch it. Uh I mean, it's
Like on
okay. The
TNT
plot is all
tomorrow.
over the place, doesn't make any sense. There are some good funny parts which I appreciate, but like it's mostly just haha, look at robot go, and it's like that's really it. Like you could take out like all of the humans in the movie and it like wouldn't, like the humans don't, it doesn't matter. Like all of those weird parts where it's just talking humans talking forever for like the entire movie. I'm like, I don't really care. And then it's like action, and it's like I also kind of don't really care. But it's more interesting than people talking. So I think Bumblebee is baby, and I think that is important. I think Mojo is a very important dog, and I love him. And yes, those are my thoughts on the movie.
Perfect.
Those are very good thoughts.
Yes.
Very good thoughts.
Nathan?
As someone who's like, this is like my second time, maybe third time watching it, but like I haven't watched it since it came out, like around the same time, like that, like twice in that first year. It is way different than I was remembering it, honestly, on a lot of things. Like you were saying the same thing with like being everywhere. We got confused during this whole fucking podcast of like, I did not remember it being like that as badly. And I'm like, damn, there's a lot of things I just didn't think was, so different. But
because we were dumber.
Yeah. I was in 7th grade. I was a child. Like just
we were willing to accept that back in the day.
Accept the propaganda.
Pretty much. That was like a big thing. A lot of military shit. Wasn't expecting it. But like the graphics held up a lot better than I expected. And it's very much just like an action film with robots. That's how I would phrase it. And if that sounds like something you dig, definitely like watch. I would probably watch it again, I guess, just to something to watch and kill 2.5 hours.
I can think of better ways to kill 2.5 hours.
Yeah, don't watch it for the plot. Like watch it for the cool robots. That's really good.
This is just dumb fun at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, big robot, haha.
Exactly.
So what are your thoughts, Mixeyyy?
So as somebody who's watched this movie, I think a grand total of 10 times. This would be 11. Because I'm a big giant robot fan and I like Transformers. I can tell you a lot of facts about them. Like Jazz was born to die. That's why he died in this movie. He was literally born to die.
Damn.
Yeah, that's his character trait. I probably will rewatch this movie again if I just want to watch something stupid. Like I will want to watch some dumb Transformer fun. Like I know my dad loves this series of Transformers movies because he watches all 6 of them every year since Bumblebee's been coming out.
Holy shit!
He used to watch each one like once a year. He really enjoys it, and that's why I watch it so much. Besides just on my own, I'm like, let's just put Transformers on real quick, and I'll just like skip through it. Generally, I was like, oh, this seems cool. Besides that, I guess it's. I won't say it's a good movie because it's not. It's not a good movie. Let's throw that one down. It's a cartoon.
A cartoon in realistic settings.
It's a cartoon in realistic settings, and it's fine. It's fine for what it is. Should they have made 5 more after it? That's to be seen. I'm not going to say anything else that I want to watch the rest of them with y'all, so I can hear what y'all want to say. I'm very much looking forward to the next movie, to the next Transformers movie, because I know Bree's gonna hate it.
It's gonna be great.
Besides that, it's fine. I guess whatever. Moving past it.
Well, all right.
I'll forget more about it later, and then it's like I feel like watching Transformers.
Yeah, I can say that after this, if someone were to bring up this movie again, I can like with confidence tell them I have no idea what happened in this movie. I will forget after this. I will.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's it then. That was Transformers. Thank you all so much for listening. Yeah, I don't know what to do for a fucking outro. My brain's dead. It's just trying to rethink of everything for that fucking film. I guess we'll just do our shout outs and we'll be heading off. So, Mixeyyy, start it off. Where can we find you?
I didn't remember my own Twitch page, so I think you could find me at twitch.tv/MIXEYYY001. I think that's it.
That sounds about right.
I think that sounds about right. It's gonna be in the description.
Yeah, 100%.
I stream when I feel like it. I may stream in the coming week for more Kingdom Hearts because I got to finish that up because people ask for that.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to play Dragon Quest because I've been playing through that and I'm like, Dragon Quest is a really good game and I want other people to see it. It is kind of slow because it's an RPG,
Mm-hmm.
but who knows? We'll see. And yeah, it's about it. I don't stream often. Is whenever I feel like it. Really. If you really want to see me, I'm usually hanging out in Nathan's streams. Klaus McHamster streams.
That's me.
The actual
Hi.
host. Oh, it's him. Yeah.
Whoa.
That's about it. Yeah.
Very nice. Free.
Mhm.
Send it
God,
out.
I have too many things. I have Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch. I have my own art shop. I do commissions. All at BreeCeesAll, and all the rest of that stuff should be in the link. I have it all there because there's a lot of links and stuff. I do art sometimes because that's fun. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Like drawing
Nice.
girl.
Yes.
If that's what you want. There you go.
You can find me on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, social media stuff, TikTok, all under the same name of Klaus McHamster. I stream a variety of games 4 days out of the week on Twitch, and trying to figure out stuff for YouTube. But as of right now, nothing really going on. But you can follow that just in case I do stuff on that, which will be all down below, along with everyone else's stuff. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back in 2 weeks with whatever the hell we're gonna be watching because we basically do this last minute. I feel sometimes. First time trying to figure out outside of Cats of like, oh, what the hell we're gonna watch?
Yeah, dude.
So, but yeah. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.